Right here, standing by your side. Open up your heart and let me in. I promise not to break you. I promise I'll be all that you want. So let me in my heart before. Let me in. Oh, your love explodes our hearts and blows. Your love explodes our hearts and blows. down. We kept running from the shadows in the night, realizing it was not worth the fight. Moving on alone was what felt right, 'cause we were never meant to be. Dum dum da dum day, dum dum da dum day, dum dum da dum day, 'cause we were never meant to be. It feels good, a new beginning. We are free at last.
92 teams across 3 regionals and 1 day of our major, all culminating in this, the Championship Sunday of the Split 1 first major here at the Spate Championship Series. What a day we have for you. My name is, of course, Rhino, and I will be your host for this evening. And welcome to the pre-show. We are going to break down everything that is coming up today. The remaining 4 teams vying for that $300 cash prize and those sweet, sweet SCS points. And basically let you know everything that you need to know before those games get underway. And you can see the wonderful panel on my left. And a lot of these men do not need any introduction, but I will do my best to provide in the only way that I know how. First, on my left, he has been a stalwart throughout the entirety of the regionals, casting games after games after series after series. You know him. You love him because he's exceptional at what he does. Somber, welcome to the desk. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. You know, Championship Sunday. Thank you for the warm welcome. No cast tonight, but I'm going to be on the desk all night with you guys, and I couldn't have asked for a better lineup to start the night with.
Absolutely. He will be... I guess at that point, you're kind of like co-host, really, because you're going to be with me through all of these, pre-shows and stuff. And actually, I'm going to have to go away and do some casting as well for those of you who've been waiting for that. So maybe we'll have a conversation. However, in the middle, it is the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who everyone around Spate should be very well acquainted with for his exceptionally hype cast style, as well as his incredibly analytical mind when it comes to breaking down the games. Melakheim, pleasure to have you. How are you doing?
Well, I mean, I'm good. I'm chill. I mean, great day, a really hectic day, and it's going to get absolutely ridiculous here because we have some fire matchups here.
Have some absolutely fire matchups, and lastly, we have an absolutely fire panel guest. It is, of course, the man who quite simply could not give, just does whatever he wants, whenever he wants, and we absolutely love him for it. Makes no apologies for it, nor do we require one, because we know that that man is fantastic at the job that he does. Beaver on the end, how are you this evening?
It is a great day to have our Championship Sunday, the culmination, as you said, of 92 teams coming forward, and it all is going to come down to today. We are going to get, of course, the winner of those Spate Championship points, but a big 300 buckaroonies going to that squad as well. So excited to see who is going to come out on top, and I know we have an absolute banger in match 1.
We do have an absolute banger in match 1. There is no doubt about that. Silly Billies versus Pirate Sonobot is your semi-final one. That will be coming up at the top of the hour. Then roughly an hour after that, of course, Spate timing's given, some space. But roughly an hour after that, we then have No Idea versus Last Minute, which will be our other side of the semi-finals. And after that, the culmination of everything that we've worked for, the grand final later this evening at around, we think, hopefully around 9 p.m. EST, I would suggest. But Somber, let's have a quick talk, or maybe we can have a look at the bracket actually and have a discussion about what happened in those games yesterday, because there was a lot of upsets. There was a lot of things that we didn't expect to happen, and there's a couple of teams out who we thought maybe would go through. Maybe talk to me about some of those teams.
Yeah, I mean, last game of the night, right? The big upset of last minute over pause up. Both teams had players that were playing in Summer Series quals, so they had a very, very long day of Rocket League. And last minute was just the team that was able to come out on top. Big shout out to them. No Idea versus Patty Formula, being in the booth for that one, that game 7 overtime back and forth series. It was a classic. You know, it's going to be one that we talk about for a bit here, especially going into split 2 with both these teams looking to make a return. Poab over Pips. I think that with the subs coming in, we saw a full day of super subs stepping in and performing well. Wiz and Zap coming in for that Pips team and being competitive with a lot of people's tournament favorites in Poab. Very good series. And then, of course, Little Birds going up against the Goliath in the bracket. I think so. In Silly Billies was just, it was a great match, but ultimately, again, Silly Billies is too strong.
Silly Billy's too strong for sure. I mean, Mel, you know, Somber's just done a rundown of those games. It was, you know, it's absolutely fantastic as well. But none of these games were walkovers, right? None of these games felt like there was one team that was so clearly above the other, which leads us onto a championship Sunday where literally anything is possible to happen.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Even yesterday, Silly Billies, who were my clear favorite, Lord, I made that known. It was not an easy match for them against Little Birds. Little Birds gave them a run for their money. Jerry, you did it. You almost did it. You could have done better. I'm not gonna lie, but it was they did good. So, but Silly Billies, they're my favorite. But Pirates on a Bot, they did not play around with Pips yesterday, who had Zap, Fast. Who else they had? They had Wiz.
Wiz, yeah.
Lord, that is a good team. And the fact that Pirates on a Bot, they played dominant. Like the Pips came away with a couple of very unconvincing wins in terms of games, and I don't expect Pirates on a Bot to be that lackluster here against Silly Billies. But then again, it's going to be very tough. And on the other side of the bracket, No Idea last minute should not be here. They really should not be here. But guess what? It's Exiled. Exiled always seems to be here. And Young Scythe, Glowing, and Curry. So that's Waves and Curry. That's also another really good team that can challenge anyone in the grand final.
Absolutely. And Eva, I do just want to bring up the fact that we talked about it a little bit yesterday, where it feels like there is a big game and then there is a bigger game in these semifinals, right? No Idea versus Last Minute game. That could go either way. That's going to be super exciting. But there will definitely be a lot of people here to see Silly Billies versus Pirates on a Bot, because that's one of the most hype matchups we've had all season long.
It's a hype matchup, as you said, for sure, but also a matchup we didn't get to see during the entire regional process via lightning strikes or PCs dying or substitutes or whatever happens. So this is a match that a lot of people at the beginning of Regional 1 said this very well could be a grand finals matchup for the major, but lo and behold, that's not how the bracket worked out. These two teams are going to have to go through each other here for the semifinals, and that's not to say that No Idea and Last Min aren't deserving of the spots that we're in, but if you had to pick one to put a highlight next to, or maybe the two teams you thought were going to be there, these two were it. So we are going to again get blessed with the matchup that we've literally been waiting all split for, coming in the semifinals here in Major 1.
Absolutely. But this is kind of the product, if I go back to Somber, this is a product of what happens when you have these kinds of systems, right? Where you essentially, I think it's Pirates on a Bot who didn't play all three regionals, right? They missed one of them, and that is why they are seeded the way they are. That's why they're seeded on that side of the bracket. Like, it just shows every single regional, every single week here in the SCS makes such a big difference to those major seedings, as well as what could be those championship seedings at the end of the season.
Well, yeah, like you said, I mean, they played 1.5 regionals, right? Like, and ended up in the fourth seed. So, obviously Silly Billies, they only played 2 regionals. They decided regional 3 that, hey, we already locked down number 1 seed. We got other things to do. So it's been crazy.
Yeah. Very, very crazy. With Silly Billies, the big difference is that in that extra half is that they went out and won both regionals. Poab, they had to, fall out in round 1 and then make that last second push. But it was great to see them, do exactly what all of us thought they would do and make that grand finals and win the whole thing in regional 3. I think that they really came out and showed that even though that Silly Billies, they went back to back, they look like this big demon. They have not yet had to play this team. And I think that we've seen teams be able to take it to Silly Billies and be competitive and keep, a tight series. But I think that this is going to make Silly Billies actually sweat very hard. This is going to be a very tough match for them to try to reel with after who they've played before and kind of the times that they've fallen here and there. They're not going to have chances to fall in this series.
Yeah, for sure. And hey, I will be honest. Normally, we are on these panels. We are trying to fill time. We are trying to get stuff to say and to talk about. However, today, not the case. The lobby is ready. The players are ready. So this first game will be happening very, very shortly. Silly Billies versus Pirates on a Bot. But of course, we can't go forward without getting a prediction from every single person on our panel. Starting right to my left, Somber. This best of 7. Who takes it and by how many?
I can't doubt Knight and Lev. It's going to be Poab in 7.
Oh, going the distance.
All right, Somber. We about to fight. We about to have a fight. We have a, you do, wrong way. All right, right here. Somewhere. I don't know what the camera is. All right, right here. All right.
Got it.
Now listen to me. I said, what I said is yesterday. I said Silly Billies the entire way. And guess what? I have not got a prediction wrong this far. Mel never wrong. Silly Billies in 6.
Okay, buddy. Beaver, on the end, what are you saying?
I'm from the one who actually has taken Silly Billies since Regional 1. It's the horse I rode in on. It's the horse I'm going to continue to ride all the way through it. Once again, will be Silly Billies, but I think we are going the distance. The series this good has no other choice. It will see Champions Field, but it will be Silly Billies making their way to the grand final.
2 for Silly Billies, 1 for Poab, and semi-final number 1 is about to get underway. Silly Billies have had to work. It doesn't seem like especially hard to get to this point, winning those first 2 regionals, having no problems with just leaving the third one because they already had the points. They are here on pure merit. Pirates on a Bot. They've struggled a little bit more, but don't disrespect this team. They have got a lot of fight and a lot of mechanics in that roster. Taking you through all the action will be myself and Beaver for this first semi-final. Let's get it underway.
Let's get it on indeed, and welcome to the casting booth, Rhino. It's the dynamic duo of Animal House, we're gonna call it. We got rhinos, we got beavers, we have anything that you need here in this casting booth. And once again, we said it before, this has grand finals potential. The lobby has absolutely been electric, and I'm excited to get this one going. How are you?
Oh, this game is so hyped. This game is going to provide so many moments, so much entertainment. And I hope I'm not hyping it up too far, because I actually don't think you can hype this game up too far. But
no way.
This game is going to deliver on every single count.
Absolutely. And Championship Sunday kicking off now between the Silly Billies and Pirates on a Bot. Best of 7s. Des thinks it's going 7. Besides, Mel thinks it's going 6. But either way, going to be an absolute smoke show of a series, and it is going to be Dark Light looking to start it out. The first goal will be critical in this match, as we've seen these teams, they can do it on both sides, right? If they want to hammer the onslaught of offense, they got that. But we've seen, especially yesterday from Dark Light, some amazing play in the defensive line as well.
Yeah, for sure. And in that orange, it's Silly Billies with T-Corel, Dark Light, and Bora. Over on that blue side, Pirates on a Bot, Lev, Woozy, and Nightya, which seems to be the roster that they've kind of settled on as we start to move forwards. 2 substitutes, of course, won't be called on today. You would hope not, at least, here on Championship Sunday. It's going to be Knight looking for this one into the middle. Bora be able to clear that one away without too many problems. Woozy challenging early. Lev The pre-jump it gets the reset, goes low as well, but Darklight will be able to clear that one away and read him the entire way. Oh, Bora, bit of a go-ahead. Looking for this one off the sidewall, but a demo onto Woozy will mean the ball, unfortunately, does not find its home, and Pirates on a Bot are going to try and gain some possession once again.
Yeah, these teams, as you said, they've been, whether it be just technical issues or something of the other sorts, we've seen these two rosters or mixtures of their subs all the way through. T-Corel hasn't been around in a little bit as well with other engagements. We've seen substitutes come in for Woozy. It's been a rotating carousel of players, and the fact that all of these teams could be that good as they continue on through as T-Corel opens up the scoring. Back to the return on the pitch, says no subs for us today. We are full strength and full power into the open net. Wasn't going to miss that one.
Yeah, not sure where the rest of the Arizona Bot roster were. I think Woozy went up for the challenge, but just couldn't get it. And it was T-Corel completely unchallenged, unmarked, right in front of the goal, causing Pirates on a Bot some problems there as Silly Billies now look to double their lead. It's a great save from Woozy at the near post. That was very, very close to going in, but yeah, some heroics right on the last moment as Darklight now moving forwards for Silly Billies. It will be Lev to hit it right back to where it came from. Woozy won't challenge. Will get a demo, though. Was looking for a second. T-Corel waiting on the back wall. Lev going to try and get round him. Oh, third man pushed up. Could cause problems now as T-Corel coming back down the other end. Wins it over Woozy. Is that on target? No, it's going to hit the post. But Silly Billies, they are very aggressive and they've come to play.
Come to play indeed. And if you were with us for the first couple regionals here, you saw this formula a lot for Silly Billies, where you have Bora and Darklight just causing harassment up front. But it's this third man who has been ever deadly, was denied by Woozy. But you see T-Corel just flying up from that third man position. He knows when he's able to go get that free shot towards net. 9 times out of 10, he's going to convert, but not with Woozy in the net there. As the counterattack is on, Woozy tried to even the score, denied out.
Yeah, Woozy got bumped in the net, but it wasn't to deny him. Bora going to send this one over to the side, and it will be Darklight to pick it up as well. No boost to speak of. Lev going to demo him for that. Bora gets round Knight, though, and finds the pass to T-Corel. Gets around Lev, who's trying to challenge, but unfortunately, that challenge just was not coming in time, and he gets around him. T-Corel's the first man there. Woozy can't get back in time, and Silly Billies 2-0 up.
And that's a big, big boost steal from T-Corel in the corner, but they are going to get punished on the kickoff. It is the man you know in chat to say Lev chance. It is Lev going to come through and score that one. Just gets over the top of T-Corel. Lost his life in the process, but you take the goal, and the result there, lead now cut in half.
Yeah, it's a sacrifice that you would be willing to make every single time as Pirates on a Bot answer back. T-Corel, though, looking for more, gets the reset, but this one will go all the way back to Bora, who doesn't have a lot of boost to work with. Knight, it's a great challenge. Darklight going to send this one up. T-Corel shouldn't be Lev in the air, but does. Off the ceiling, Darklight follows in, and T-Corel steals the goal. It's a third for the side of Silly Billies. It's a third for T-Corel as well. He knew he was on a hat trick. Sometimes you've got to take those. Actually, maybe it was going to hit the post if he didn't get on the end of it.
I think Darklight missed, and T-Corel just bailed him out.
Maybe, but either way, Silly Billies have regained that 2-goal lead.
Regained the lead, as said, and again, we talked about T-Corel being that third man already. A hat trick, and now Bora coming up from the third. It's a bar down banger. Bora increases the lead to 3, and the floodgates opening up for Silly Billies.
Yeah, I know there's a panelist right now who's going to be looking real smug about everything that's happening right now. However, this is only game number 1. This is, of course, the best of 7, so there is time for Pirates on a Bot to recover from this. And I mean, hey, they get another goal in the next kind of 15 seconds. They've got a minute to find 2. There's still a chance. You're still talking about a potential, though. We understand that it's not very long in a 3s game to try and score 2 goals. It's going to be T-Corel looking to keep this pressure on, and this is amazing from Silly Billies. They don't necessarily need to be keeping the ball like in this half of the pitch. They could kind of sit back, play a more defensive style, but they are not. They are pressuring every step of the way. That's a miscommunication. Woozy has a chance, goes low. It's going to be Knight and Lev to follow in, and it will be Nightya who gets the goal. 48 seconds left on the clock, Beaver. Can it happen?
It definitely could. We've already seen the kickoff magic from Pirates on a Bot come through, but as you alluded to in the middle of that play, it's just an interesting move there by Darklight. Went boost over ball. I think he was trying to grab both, get the challenge and the boost, ends up just leaving it. And especially with a team like Pirates on a Bot, you will get punished 10 times out of 10 on that one. But fortunately, they had 3 goals to work with. They've had that buffer, but you got to deny the attack here. It is T. Corell ever present on the defensive half, still somehow challenging that ball. He came from the heavens off the ceiling reset, but stalled out enough time that these last 20 seconds, I don't think we're seeing 2.
Doesn't seem that way, but Woozy's got a chance. T. Corell's back and will make the save. 14 seconds on the clock. The timer is just going down and down and down. T. Corell pushes it to the side again. Knight has a Woozy in the middle. Oh my goodness, what a save! Darklight making sure that the third doesn't come through for Pirates on a Bot, and Silly Billies will win game 1, and they will win it in style.
And that save at the end there by Darklight, it's truly the, hey, we want to make sure you have no momentum going into this next game. We feel like we've dominated you the whole way through, and the stats kind of tell the same story. 60% in favor of Silly Billies. Boost consumption 600 points up on that one as well, and they did feel like the faster team, the more aggressive team. They did outshoot them as well, Rhino. So it was a dominating performance here by Silly Billies here in game 1.
Yeah, it sure was. They barely broke a sweat right there as T. Corell the hat trick as well. No, he's quality. We know what he can bring to a game, and it looks like that has caused Pirates on a Bot to make some costume changes, if you will, as Knight and Lev leaving the server. And what do you think they bring out here? Is there a specific kind of car, a specific build that you expect them to be coming out with in game number 2?
I think you maybe look at, First Killer's preset, pick up something else, then just something to try to channel your inner favorite RLCS player, right? Yeah. Or, I know a lot of these players, like to change cars even if they do win. So maybe they have game 1 preset, game 2 preset, whatever, or maybe they got a lot of items before the trade and just want to show off that drip. Who knows? But it's all placebo, as you can say, either way. But we're gonna see if it works here. Knight and Lev back in the lobby here. Game 2's getting ready.
Here we go. Game number 2, as you say. Silly Billies made light work of game number 1. What will happen in game number 2? A response required from Pirates on a Bot, and they might get that. Lev just gonna go under that one. Unfortunately, no boost to work with. Woozy does get a double, but Bora's waiting for it. Gets bumped out of the way, so Knight's gonna get given a chance in this corner. Does go around T. Corell, but won't be able to get past Darklight in the middle. Lev now has a chance onto the back wall. Darklight once again there with the big defensive play, but only as far as Nightya. It's gonna be Bora trying to get something to go here up to halfway, and now they can cross that border, if you like. Lev gonna make a fantastic save in the top left corner, and with 30 seconds gone on the clock, it's been very even so far. But Darklight gonna look for something more here, but they'll go back for boost instead.
That was a great opportunity, and oh no, double commit that comes through. It could be Lev to punish again, and it is. You can't make mistakes against this Pirates on a Bot squad. They will punish you every time. And it was Bora and I believe Darklight both committing to that ball. None of them get it. Lev into the back of the net to open up the scoring.
Yeah, Pirates on a Bot leading. They weren't able to do that in the game 1, so that's one milestone achieved as Knight on the back wall, now looking to get around the corner. T. Corell challenging, and he has a man in the middle. Woozy will be there to make the save, and now it'll be Bora trying to play this one back in. No boost to speak of, so we'll have to do it on his own. T. Corell takes out Woozy in net. There was another goalkeeper waiting, and Lev makes the save, and now Lev has 100 boost as well. Gets over the top of T. Corell, moving forwards. Can he get around Bora? Yes, he can! Oh my goodness, hits the post! Naya at the back post will convert! And Pirates on a Bot take a 2-goal lead very quickly in game 2.
Indeed, it's a missed touch by T. Corell in the back line. Been so solid back there, and it was again a little bit of indecision by Bora there. You kind of saw him get sideways. Wasn't sure if he was going to challenge that ball or not. If you're in that situation, you need a full commit to a decision one way or another, because no momentum with your car in a horizontal position doesn't typically work there. Woozy wasn't able to connect the first time, but you know Naya was there for the cleanup.
Yeah, a little fake from Lev there as Bora's going to save down to his bottom left-hand post, and Darklight can come bring this ball back the other way. Onto the back wall, looking to get this to kind of waterfall down to Bora, who was waiting, but Woozy's going to clear it away. T-Corral, oh my goodness, what a pinch! Ooh, Darklight at the back post, so nearly converted, but the pass in was just a little spicy. It's going to be Woozy coming forwards. Knight versus T-Corral in the air. That's a gigantic duel between two of the best players so far in the Spate Championship Series. Oh, T-Corral, that redirect is nasty! But Darklight won't get there before Knight, and Pirates on a bot can once again bring this ball down the other end. A wave dash will not be enough to get Knight here to move forwards and onto goal.
And it was a battle of the no boost there. Darklight fortunately had good enough position to keep that one out. A third goal would have truly been detrimental to the comeback efforts here, but it's been a dominating first half here for Pirates on a bot. We did not see this in game one, but again, they just love taking advantage of the opportunities that you're given. They got the opportunity with the double commit. They had a missed rotation in a kind of a breakdown in whether we were going to commit or not. And how you win series is being able to take the opportunities that people give you and convert on them. They were given 2 opportunities. They scored twice. Ooh. The opportunity by T-Corral was missed, and that one will hurt if they lose by 1 later.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect that from T-Corral. Normally, he's finding that top left corner without any problems, but on this occasion, he wasn't able to capitalize, and I was gonna kind of make a point that games at this kind of level, and you know, even at the professional level, it is about which team makes the fewest mistakes, because these teams are at the point where they will capitalize on every opportunity that they are given. However, as you can see there, T-Corral unable to capitalize on that one, but that I would imagine that's going to fire him up rather than unsettle him. He's definitely going to want that one back, and he's going to want to make another chance for himself very, very soon as Dark Knight going to come around the side. It will be Knight to send it away. Darklight, sorry, not Dark Knight. My problems, not Batman. In this game, it's going to be T-Corral bringing this one away, looking to get the pass over to Darklight. Woozy challenging early, but Bora making sure this ball continues to move towards the Pirates on a bot goal until Knight challenges, and it's all a little bit back and forth right now. Neither team able to get a long period of possession.
Indeed, and you are content if you are Pirates here just to continue to kill the clock off. T-Corral comes up with a good save against Woozy there with 45 ticks to go in a game that has been heavily favored on this Pirates side. It is Lev now taking a touch over towards Dark Knight. Now you got me calling him Dark Knight, and it's not even Dark Knight. That's Knight, yeah, on the touch there. Woozy moving along here, is looking for a centering touch. Finds a friend in the midfield. It's Lev. Misses the ball. Was contested there. Maybe got bumped in midair. But even so, 20 ticks to go here. You're loving where you're at. And the Pirates on a bot, it's Somber, who's maybe cheering in the box now as they look poised to take game 2.
As he's the redirect! Lev! Oh my goodness! That redirect is filthy! Pass from Knight, and it's Lev just to push that one into that top left corner. That is absolutely outstanding for the 3rd goal from Pirates on a bot. And just like Silly Billy shut down game 1 by not letting... like Silly Billy's shut down game 1 without letting Pirates on a bot score, it looks like it's going the other way around this time as Pirates on a bot 3-0 victors in game number 2, and they did not give Silly Billy's a sniff.
This is what we were talking about in the pregame. It is already a heavyweight bout going back and forth. That is an insane pre-jump by Lev to smoke that one in the back of the net. Good looks on Nightya too, of course, to be able to find him down the pitch, and that is an absolute momentum killer. If you were feeling good about anything on that side for Silly Billy's, maybe, hey, we got something going, we're gonna get it going next game. That is an absolute, oh man, like you just got to give your flowers to that. If you're on the other side, you know they are absolutely losing their minds in that Discord call for Pirates after that one.
Oh, the hype levels are going to be very, very high indeed, and the momentum is now with that Pirates on a bot team. It is down to Silly Billy's to take that momentum away from them, and we'll see if it is possible in this game number 3. And as I always like to say when we get to this point, that best of 7 now becomes a simple best of 5, Beaver. And I would expect nothing less from these two very evenly matched teams.
Absolutely. It's a best of 5 now. It very well could be a best of 3, and it surely could be a best of 1 here at the end if this path keeps continuing on. And I hope it does, because this is super entertaining here. And what a way to start off Major 1 this championship Sunday. It is T. Corral now looking to perhaps regain after that one, but Woozy looking to keep this locked in. Nightya takes that touch, gonna get another one off the ceiling. Flip reset by Knight is gonna get denied by Bora, but it is Lev, the hero of game 2, able to get a flip reset through. Punches that one down. Dark Light able just to push this away. That is a great original attack there by these Pirates. May not be done yet as Dark Light puts one through, but this pressure continues to mount for Pirates.
And this is the game that they want to be playing for sure. Camp in Silly Billy's half. I'll let them out, and Woozy going to try and keep possession here. T. Corral trying to challenge, trying to get him off his game. Oh, Woozy might have lost that ball. Bora only push it over into the corner. Double demo between Knight and T. Corral, which leaves Lev a chance on this left-hand side. Ball into the middle, but it will be saved away by Dark Light, and Bora can finish that clearance. Knight, though, intercepting. T. Corral, that's not the clearance he would have wanted. Woozy has most boost, so Knight leaves it for him. It's actually not going to be working out in his favor. Lev, that's not on target. T. Corral can bring this one away. 2v1 opportunity, but Woozy wins out fantastically. Bora round the side. T. Corral pops the ball up and continues, but Knight should get there first. And once again, it's two teams who we see are evenly matched, who aren't able to keep themselves on the ball for very long. Knight, though, hang on a moment, looks for the back post. T. Corral challenges, and it's those kinds of solo plays that might just win teams this game. Dark Light will have a chance off the back wall. Coming back in. T. Corral looking for that bottom left corner. Knight sends it clear back in. Oh my goodness, Lev getting the clearance, and it's time for Silly Billies to try and recover once again.
Indeed, it was a dangerous attack by them. They threw all players up inside of the 18, if you're familiar with the football term. Unfortunately for them, they were able to jump on back, and a quick flick by Woozy will find the bottom left corner. I don't think the defender was expecting such an early flick, as Bora just kind of caught off by that. The power and the placement by Woozy. It is pixel perfect in the bottom left.
Yeah, you think you're in the right position. You think all you're going to have to do is jump up in the air, and then your opponent finds that bottom left-hand corner so exactly. It's difficult to respond to that one. Sometimes you just got to give credit to that shot placement. However, Bora coming back in, trying to right those wrongs. Knight will send it back the other way. T. Corral has a lot of boost to work with, but Woozy wins it over the top, off the ceiling. Second chance!
Ooh.
Oh my goodness! Saved by Dark Light. What a goal that would have been. Lev, pass, Dark. It's going to be Knight to try and get this one. Lev donks it down.
Oh, we got a bump!
And scores! The bump on the goal line from Knight was enough. As he gets the bump onto Bora there, and then I believe he bumps T. Corral as well on the goal line. Darklight can't get back in time. It's 2-0 to Pirates on a bot.
And Nightya is the wrecking crew on that. And if you're Bora, you're like, man, where did he come from? There's no way he just reset off the ceiling, comes down from the heavens, and able to get a bump to stop the goal on that. But it has been all Pirates on a bot. Now 5 unanswered goals going back into game 2 as Bora trying to flip the script. The fake
my goodness.
goes down. Darklight finds its way through, and finally an answer from Silly Billies as Darklight puts that one home.
Ask for an answer and Silly Billy shall provide, as Darklight coming through like Batman into the goal as well. 2-1 as Silly Billies are able to halve that deficit that they have found themselves in. They want to win this game number 3. It would make a big difference moving into the back half of this series. However, it is currently still Pirates on a bot who maintain that lead. It's going to be Woozy trying to get around Bora. Bora will stop him, but Woozy taking that 100 boost. Lev drops it for Knight, who doesn't have any boost to work with. But T. Corral maybe forgets the ball there, as Woozy now going to be given another chance. Darklight sends it forwards. Knight will get the pass over to Lev, and now Lev has some chance flying through the air, gets the reset as well, looking to find the pinch. Oh, Woozy can't respond before Darklight Both Silly Billies and Pirates on a Bot working very, very hard to try and find these openings and get that goal.
Absolutely. Is the last 60 seconds. Look to tick off the clock here. It is this pivotal game 3. You always want to be the one up in this series. They're going to need to find a goal here in the next 50. Does Silly Billies, if they want to try to force an overtime here and take control. But if Les has anything to do with it, he's going to try to push this ball forward. A nice pass was looking for Woozy, the third man flying up. Able to get pushed on down. Woozy recover. Tikro, quick challenge. Able to get the pre-flip off the sidewall there to go, but it is 30 ticks remaining here. Leb's trying to find Woozy for the pinch. Darklight jumps the pass.
Yeah, it's going to be Dark. How have I done this? It's going to be Tikarel now on this left-hand side with Darklight looking to find the pass into the middle, but Bora's taken out by Knight, which means there's no attack to be found, and Lev challenges Tikarel as well. Keeping the ball in this half is the name of the game now for the side of Pirates on a Bot, and it looks like they've been able to do just that. Knight intercepting that pass wonderfully. Darklight trying to move forwards. Oh, it's going to be kept up. The pinch is there. Bora chasing Woozy. Tikarel has a chance, but it's pushed away by Knight. And Pirates on a Bot win game number 3 and take the lead in the series.
That's a tremendous effort by Knight behind the play. Able to come through and make the touch away. Tikarel, I'm not sure if he connected on the flip reset, but he had enough boost to make a useful touch. And as you said, Bora was trying to hunt down Woozy in net. But alas, nothing doing in Pirates on a Bot. They're making Silly Billies walk the plank here. Pick up another game now. 2 straight for them after the beatdown in game 1. It is an entirely new Pirates on a Bot series. Maybe they just needed to get the hands warm a little bit, something going. But they've looked great here in the last 2.
They've looked so good. And I have to ask you, Eva, we've not had one called. If you were in the server right now and you were on the side of Silly Billies, would you be maybe tempted to call a timeout at all?
I don't think so, not yet.
Yeah.
But that game was close, still for sure. It doesn't feel as out of control as game 2 did. You know, if you are that Silly Billy squad, when you look back on game 2, you can say, hey, you know, yeah, they got the banger for the 3rd goal, but that 2-0, we gave them 2 of those goals off of just making mistakes. So you got to think and get back to the formula. The formula that has worked is Darklight and Bora remain up front, and Tikarel just uses that IQ to be able to ship one through. This one not taken by Darklight. You like to see maybe a shot on target there. Didn't come through. But that duo, when they work up front and just allow Tikarel to fly up from the back and take a good shot, that's what's been working, and that's what's been missing here in game 2 and 3.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll see if they're able to find it in this game number 4, because if they don't, they'll be facing Pirates on a Bot, who will have 3 series points, grand final points if you like, to win out the series. But Tikarel will try and get this one moving for Silly Billies. Lev should be there on the back wall to defend, and indeed will, and gets it past Bora as well very nicely. Darklight once again. Lev there with the clearance again, and Woozy, that's on target. Bora had to make sure he got there and was able to. Off the ceiling as well. Tikarel having to go low. Now Knight finds the pass to Woozy. Tikarel's taken out Lev on the back line, so it's just Woozy and Knight, and that's all they need! Woozy does it by himself! Off the sidewall, coming down, pops the ball up onto the back wall, not defended by Darklight, and the dunk is massive! 1-0 Pirates on a Bot.
Yeah, Woozy just taking it almost coast to coast. A clean double, but once again, you saw this formula that is working for Pirates on a Bot. Naya is the off-ball player right now, kind of taking that Reddles or Calm role that you continue to see, where you're just hunting people down on the back line. He harassed Darklight enough. He actually pushed him into the back of the net and left that double for free. Now it's Woozy again.
Woozy.
Denied by Darklight. No harassment there, so Darklight was able to come up with the save, but Naya continuing to push the pace. Able to get this one over towards Lev. Good touch towards the mid. Bora, all they could do is just clear it away. Naya, not with the touch. They've escaped the half, but not the danger yet.
Absolutely. Lev looking for this ball into the middle. It'll be Darklight to send it away, and Woozy challenging nice and early. He can't get past Darklight, but Lev has a chance here. Decides to fake it out. Instead, it will be looking for this one. Oh, Darklight misses it. Chance now. Oh, Knight And for the bump there, Woozy challenging well. That one might just drift into the bottom left. No, Darklight read that well and will bring it away and keep possession too. Lev dunking on him. T-Corel just about making the save. Knight off the ceiling. Woozy following in. That 50 goes the way of Borra, and Borra will be able to bring it forwards. However, no boost to speak of, so Lev comes right back down the other end of the field. And it just feels to me like Silly Billies haven't had an elongated period of possession where they've been able to get some real pressure on that Pirates on a bot goal line, and that continues here in game number 4.
Yeah, ball possession has been 50-50, but the field domination
really?
60-40. But Borra will find a 50-50 to put that one in the net. All the analytics, put it in your Excel sheets, whatever you want to do. Borra plus ball equals goal, and he's going to tie this game up with 1:56 to go. Finally, the life you need to see for Silly Billies.
Yeah, sorry, I was just very taken aback by the fact that possession has apparently been 50-50. It does not feel that way in the slightest. I really thought that Pirates on a bot would have had that by maybe 60-40, maybe even higher, but...
So I'll test to you there. It was 60-40 in field domination. So what are you doing with the ball? It was Pirates on a bot dominating. But again, now the metrics throw them all out the window because the only important one is this 1-1 scoreline and this next goal.
Absolutely, and it's going to be Darklight looking for Borra, who does get the dunk as well. And gives Silly Billies an inch, and they will take a mile. Very clear here as Darklight puts the ball onto the back line. Borra rises highest and gives Silly Billies the lead in game 4. They need this to tie the series.
And it was kind of the pandemic that you saw in game 1 or game 2, check that, for Silly Billies, where they were sending a couple people forward, getting that double commit. That was a scramble on the goal line. I understand it's kind of just like, hey, throw whoever's there to try to get that. But Lev and Woozy both double committed for that ball, and both of them came up empty and left Knight with 0 boost. He had no chance to stop that one from Borra with their second tally of the game here. Now it is 55 ticks to go, and it's now Pirates on a bot chasing one.
And they put one on goal there, but Borra was equal to it. This ball is now going to find its way to T-Corel, who just tries to drop it back down for Darklight, but he wasn't reading the play. Lev now has a chance. Just can't reel that one in, and Darklight pops the ball up. T-Corel is unchallenged here. Not something that you especially want to be doing with someone of his caliber, and Lev goes by that one. Knight going to try and put this one back towards the Silly Billies goal. Lev picks this one up. Borra on that far side. Be able to get anything going. 20 seconds on the clock, and now there's not really many Pirates on a bot players who look like they actually want to go anywhere near this ball right now. Knight is going to take it instead. Darklight gets a challenge. Borra had to save that one away. It's a pinch onto the sidewall. Knight still has a chance. Looking for the pass across to Woozy. It's a save from T-Corel, but Lev is going to get up. He's not going to get there before T-Corel, and Silly Billies tie the series with a little bit of last-minute evasive maneuvers.
Evasive maneuvers, as you said. We saw Naya, who was attacking the net, being that first man, the aggressor. It was Lev who took control there, decided he wanted to throw himself towards net. I think he bumped both Silly Billies players, but T-Corel still able to evade the bump enough to be able to get a useful touch away from the net. And they have now taken back this series. We said it. It was a best of 7. Then it was a best of 5. Now a best of 3.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. And I honestly hope that we get to go one more down that rung. Because seeing these two play for a grand final spot in purely 5 minutes of Rocket League, that would be a spectacle. But we need to get there first. And I can guarantee you that the players on the field will not want that to happen in any way, shape, or form. They want this game done as quickly as possible, because every minute more that is played of Rocket League gives more chance for your opponent to get back into the game and score. So I've got to ask, Beaver, right now, who do you feel currently has the momentum in this game after that game?
You know, honestly, I don't think anybody has momentum here. I think
I agree.
And
Totally
even
agree.
there is no tilt to the pitch. There is nothing going on besides really good Rocket League. And I think they may have found the answer, perhaps, if you are Silly Billies, because they know that Knight is just pressuring so much forward. His first man percentage was, I believe, 38%. For that, he was the leader in the first man possessions, but didn't have a lot of touches on the ball because he was doing just a lot of that off-ball harassment. And if you can find a way to evade that, it also opens up that counterattack, right? If they have people throwing forward, able to waste their boost on trying to make a bump, it leaves you susceptible to that stretch play. So I'm interested to see if maybe Silly Billies adjusts to that and perhaps starts going with that stretch play, a pre-jump downfield.
Interesting to see. Darklight going to bring this one forwards, but won't get a second touch. Bora goes by as well. Knight will be given a chance. Woozy has a lot of boost. He's got T-Corral in front of him. I try and get around him. Flicks over the top, but T-Corral is so aware
Wonderful
of
shadow
everything
defense
that could be coming and just pushes it over to the side. Woozy, though, gets past two. Darklight doesn't get there. Bora taking out Lev. Could cause problems in the back lines. And there it is, the pass!
Oh!
Darklight, what on earth is that?
What a finish! Darklight with the, I believe that's the astral pinch in the corner there, puts it on a dime, and it would have been stopped, I think, by Naya.
Yeah.
Bora comes through with a huge dunk, and that one is getting the boys going for Silly Billies.
Yeah, you'd expect so. What's to do now for Pirates on a bot as T-Corral might have just gifted them away back in,
Oh,
but
save!
he then makes the save. He atones for that mistake. Wow, he's currently apologizing in BC. I guarantee you of that. Onto the back wall, T-Corral will send it away. Knight to try and get some more offense going
That's a
for the
weird
side.
touch.
Oh my goodness, has a chance and
Oh.
will find it. It's poor defense on that corner from Silly Billies, and they have gifted Pirates on a bot away back into this game.
That is a few seconds that Darklight would love to have erased from the history books. It was a poor touch into the corner that centered it up, and then he bumped Bora off the backboard. So it was a tough scene there as this game knotted back up. And again, there is no such thing as momentum because that tilts the pitch back into the neutral favor.
Certainly does. A lot of demos. Darklight taking out Knight. Well, onto the back wall. Bora doesn't read it. Darklight just lets it run off the back of his car, but Knight is going to try and capitalize again off the back wall. Lev has pre-jumped. Oh my goodness. Woozy at the back post can't find goal as Darklight sends it away, but Pirates on a bot, knocking on the door, testing the resolve of that Silly Billies defense, but right now it is standing tall other than that one moment of madness.
And going back, I guess, to that moment of madness, I mean, Rhino, when you're in a high-stakes series like this and you make a blunder such as that one, what are you telling yourself to get yourself back in the game?
I mean, it's really easy, you know. You hang on a minute, Knight.
Yeah, okay. Nobody's
It's less
there.
easy now.
There is nobody home.
It's less easy now. The demo is there. He goes around the second, and yeah, that's one of the easier goals that Knight's going to score. But in answer to your question, Beaver, this is a good test of the mentality, right? Because these things are going to happen, right? Even at the very professional level, even at that top level, people make mistakes. People have moments where, you know, they would want it back or they don't quite make the right touch or whatever it happens to be. You just got to shake it off. You just got to say, listen, that happens. I've played the rest of this game pretty much, you know, spot on exactly how I would have wanted to. It's just one moment. Don't let it get too much in your own head and kind of move on with the game and try and get back into it with, you know, a good offensive play, which they might find here, but Lev will be there to make the save. But I feel like that's just kind of like the mental attitude that you need to have as a player in these high pressure situations.
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, you kind of try to let that experience carry you through and, you know, get back to that, you know, of course the astral pinch off the side there and not the
exactly.
own goal perhaps there. But as you said, now chasing to 90 seconds ago, a big demo will open up the pitch for T-Corral. Darklight. He makes a great play, he makes a poor play, and then comes back with a big one there. Just absolute body check into the wall there to delete the player, and T-Corral floats that one home.
I think Knight had a chance there. I think that's lack of communication on Pirates on a bot. I think if Woozy was clearly aware that he was going to get demoed. I think if he makes that point in VC, I get the feeling that Knight doesn't go for that boost in the corner and instead goes for the ball instead.
Ooh.
That's an outrageous save. I don't think that goal comes through, so maybe just miscommunication coming in from Pirates on a bot. But either way, Silly Billies, it was a great play, it was a great demo, and now Darklight coming back down the other end. Lev is the last man back, but he can't get back in time. And third man pressing is proving to be a problem for Pirates on a bot. Their spacing not perfect, and Darklight getting on the board, and it's a team hat trick for Silly Billies.
I think he shook it off, Rhino. I think he's all right.
I think he did.
He has recovered, but it's been a couple of these goals on either side is making this just too aggressive on the 3-man. They find themselves with no boost.
Oh, hello.
Oh, redirect. It's in again. Caught with the hand in the cookie jar. And that's what I said to start this game. You send those couple of players forward, it opens up plays like this for the stretch play, the counterattack. And T. Corell, who was hanging up on that side of the pitch, on the face-off dot on the other side, able to put that one through. And now the insurance goal for Silly Billies here brings it to 4-2.
Yeah, and I actually think that was a triple commit, by the way, on that ball from Pirates on a bot. Knight try and make up for it as he looks for the pass in field. It will be Lev. No boost to speak of on the side of Pirates on a bot, and you're not gonna score with no boost. I would suggest that is definitely a problem, but they are keeping the ball in Silly Billy's territory. Lev off the ceiling gives Woozy a chance at the near post.
It ain't over.
And he had boost, and he scored, so my point is not disproven. 4-3.
It's a great touch by Lev. Pops that off the ceiling, able to get past 2 defenders. 17 ticks to go, and this 8th kickoff going to be a huge one. Silly Billies looking to keep the defense strong, but it will be controlled by Pirates on a bot, but then immediately taken away by Darklight, pressured with no boost. Flips over Boris. T. Corell from behind, dunked by Knight. Continues to push this along. Woozy trying to push the pace. The Darklight, not another great touch, but Bora will bail him out. Touches the turf. Silly Billies on match point.
Wow, this game is back and forth. It's like a roller coaster of emotions for both sides, I would imagine. Silly Billies taking game 1. Pirates on a bar answering back with 2 games. And now Silly Billies winning 2 games back to back. I mean, it lends itself to a Pirates on a bot 6th win. But honestly, Eva, I feel like I asked you a question before this game about who has the momentum. I believe it now solely lies with Silly Billies.
Oh, absolutely, for sure. And I am surprised not to see a Pirates on a bot timeout here.
100%.
Just to at least calm the nerves. And again, if you're looking at metrics, you know, if I told you it was 53% possession, 59% field domination, and one team outshot the other 12-6, you would say, oh, that was clearly Silly Billies, right? Because they won the game. And it wasn't. Pirates on a bot outshot them 12-6, over 50%, had the field domination, had possession. But the most important metric, those goals on the board, and it was the only thing in Silly Billy's favor that match. And now we head to the streets of Neo Tokyo in a game that Pirates on a bot must have.
Pleasure to see you again, Bob. Thank you very much for the ramen that you provide as we get into game number 6 between these two sides. Another point I do want to bring up very quickly about that game 5, though, is Silly Billies had 7 saves. Darklight is not going to let me finish my point. 1 goal on the board is all that matters. T. Corell off the ground. I can't get up in time. And that's a wonderful, wonderful finish from Darklight. Anyway, the point I was trying to say is 7 saves for Silly Billies, only 2 for Pirates on a bot. They need to improve defensively. Take it away, Beaver.
Absolutely. We got 5 for fighting in the midfield there as Woozy and T. Corell going to head to the penalty box there after demoing each other on the kickoff. 20 seconds to go here. Darklight, you see him moving up the pitch here. It's Bora. He's got to have a class touch here in the 1v2. Able to stall it out enough to let his teammates and partners come on back. But now low boost on the side here of Silly Billies. Now you're looking to lock him in. Flip by Darklight over towards Bora. They have broken the half. Bora looks to get a centering touch. It's over towards T. Corell. Denied the pass. Lev was in the area. Now it's Darklight. Not able to read that ceiling touch. Woozy picks up an easy save. 50 seconds. We saw that early goal, but has calmed down thus far as Bora tries to find the double, just barely misses over towards Darklight. Shot way wide by Darklight. You think he was trying to place that one on the left side and just went awry.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether he thought maybe Bora was going to stay in that corner and he was actually looking for that pass over to the side. Maybe I'm being kind, but Woozy going to get this one up to Lev. It will be Knight to carry on the play. Woozy dropping this one back. Lev will have a chance. Challenged by Bora. TKRL can't get up over the top of Knight. Back post, Lev. Who get there as Darklight able to make the save. TKRL taking out Knight as well. Lev trying to keep this pressure on, though. Darklight over to the side. He'll get it above Knight as well, who has returned. Woozy now moving forwards onto the sidewall. Knight has a chance onto the goal. Bora, another easy save, but Lev comes through and Lev converts. 1-1. We're all tied up once again.
It's a great entry there. A nice team play. The 1-2-3 from Woozy over to Knight. Knight takes a banger shot towards net. Lev able to clean up the mess, and it is tilted back even 1-1 here. 3:17 to go. The next goal will be absolutely crucial here, as you need to find momentum in any place that you can, especially in a series like this. Nightingale's got no boost, looks to move up the pitch. Felt the player from behind, able to evade the demo there. Keeps himself in the play. Lev tries to get on touch. Knight able to grab some boost. Puts this through. It's TKRL looking for the sharp angle double. Puts it down for Bora. They regain the lead. TKRL to Bora.
The defense here from Pirates on a Bot is very, very concerning to me, as Silly Billies, they are exploiting it with every single aggressive play that they make. It feels like their defense is standing strong, and Woozy actually might have a chance here. Darklight pushed it to the side, but Woozy reads it. Oh my goodness, that is an amazing play, as Darklight thought he dealt with the danger, pushed it over to the side, but there was Woozy who read that every step of the way, and we have parity once again.
And we've seen Pirates on a Bot come through with these kickoff goals, and as you said, it is a fantastic read there by Woozy. Darklight has nowhere else to go. He's trying to come back behind the play, trying to angle that into the corner. He's got no boost, and he already used his flip. It's so smart by Woozy to get there. We do see the squishy save come out from Darklight. The extension play almost happens, but it is Woozy looks to recover back. The first half over, as we got 2-2 now here in game 6. TKRL punches this one back down over towards Woozy. He looks to get past Bora. It was Lev who came through the bump, and Darklight intercepts in the midfield. Got TKRL to the left, can't get through, and Knight able to come through and break up the play.
Yeah, this one's going to go over to that far side. Knight gets the redirect as well. It's on target. TKRL will be there with a save, but Lev comes in as that third man, who he does so well to try and find the slot, but he does get challenged pretty early. Knight just trying to stall out Silly Billies, trying to stop their momentum, and he does do that. Oh, Lev's going to steal that one. Moving forwards, it's going to go onto that back post, but Darklight be able to send this one away without too many problems. And it does seem like Pirates on a Bot have had that conversation. They do seem to have that third man back pretty consistently now when Silly Billies are coming forwards. The very important point as Darklight, oh, he might have passed that right to Woozy, who's going to look for a teammate, but Darklight going to be there with the save. Now it's going to be Knight who won't be able to read that one. TKRL doesn't have any boost to work with, so Bora will come in and take over, looking for the double touch. It will find its way to Darklight off the back wall, maybe trying to find a double touch, but Lev denies it. Moving forwards now with Pirates on a Bot with some serious aggression, but it's TKRL who challenges and moves right back. It's end-to-end. It's a tennis match, Beaver. Who's going to win it out in the last minute or so?
Only time will tell these last 50 ticks, or maybe more, here in this game 6, where again you see Pirates on a Bot. They need this one. They have to come through with this next goal in order to keep their major one hopes alive. This one pushes all the way down. It is Lev now. Touches that through. A nice read by TKRL over towards the net. Woozy, let's push this out. A good pre-jump by Darklight. Woozy once again able to make the save, but still the pressure's on. Darklight able to get this one 50'd out towards TKRL. TKRL touch. Oh, ceiling pinch. No good. As Darklight looks to get this one through. Still continues on. Another touch. Woozy has got the book read on Darklight.
Oh, that might go in.
Pitch through,
There's a chance.
off.
Mora follows
Mora
in. Oh,
misses
hits
over
the
the
crossbar.
top.
Tinker has a chance. It's away by Lev. And they might keep the ball up as well. Looks for Woozy. It's off the back wall. What can Naya do? He tries to turn, but Bora puts it on the ground. And the first OT of the series, Beaver, is here, but it was not plain sailing to get here.
Absolute chaos in front of the net, and you have to be counting your blessings if you are Pirates on a bot there, because that one on at least 2 different occasions could have hit the net. Mind you, they were tough shots to get there, but shots that floated over the crossbar nonetheless, and you have another opportunity here with the golden goal to force Champions Field. Naya trying to do it as she goes for the boost steal instead, but Bora had a full tank, looks to go coast to coast, got pinched out. DKRL fakes down the play, Woozy able to take the 50. Bora pre-flips into that one, nothing doing. Pirates looking to attack.
Here we go then. Woozy getting by 1. Won't get past Darklight. Lev doesn't have any
Double
boost to
kill.
work with. And that's going to be a problem. Knight trying to get
Oh.
the challenge. Oh, just gets the save. No boost in any tanks at all on Pirates on a bot right now. As they're trying to defend this one. Darklight tries to get it on target. Lev takes out Bora. TKRL going to look for the waterfall, but Nightya will be able to clear this one away. And Lev pressed forwards, but Bora takes it off his bonnet. It's Woozy onto that sidewall. Has Lev on the far side if he can find him. Gets the reset. Darklight challenge as well. Knight.
Oh, double commit.
Actually, that's a double commit. Yeah, Lev wins the ball, but he's Nightya in a very awkward position. TKRL going to try and do it on his own. Woozy gets the save. Darklight at the back post. Fakes out the play. But it's still not going to be a goal yet here in this overtime.
Woozy has been an absolute hero for Pirates on a bot, carrying the team on the defensive half, but not out of danger yet. But it's none other than Woozy able to clear the danger, but Darklight takes him out. It's going to be Bora, looks for TKRL, down the pitch, TKRL over to Darklight,
problems.
didn't read the back pass. That one could have been dangerous, but Darklight a little too antsy. Lev now punches this through. It is going to fall towards TKRL again. A good 50 by Woozy. Bora tries to get that one through. Centering touch, but nobody home as this one heads over towards Woozy again.
This is not something we're used to seeing in this series. Silly Billies consistently pressuring the Pirates on a bot goal, having all of the possession, and TKRL might find it!
Oh.
He's gonna finish the game! Off the crossbar and in! From who else but TKRL? What a goal! What a bang! And 4-2 Silly Billies will qualify, will go through to those grand finals.
An insane series, and you couldn't had it ended any other way than TKRL. What an absolute missile that he put that one off the crossbar in the ground. I weren't sure if you're counting. That was 3 times it went from crossbar to ground and finally found its way into the back of the net. GG's the Pirates on a bot. It was an hell of a series. You guys played extremely well, but Silly Billies come out on top. The streets of Tokyo unkind to the Pirates, and it's Silly Billies. They're taking that ramen into the grand final.
They certainly are. As I mean, hey, 4-2 seems to be the flavor of the month for this side of the bracket, right? Silly Billies 4-2 over Little Birds, Pirates on a bot 4-2 over Pips, and now Silly Billies 4-2 over Pirates on a bot. And that is our first team locked in for the grand final. But as they say, it takes 2 to tango. Who will be joining them? Find out as we get into the second semi-final right after this quick break.
But I won't be there. Raise the line, you can take your time. Ready, set, go. Raise the time. Raise the line, you can take your time. Ready, set, go. Raise the time.
One team is locked in for the grand finals. Another is yet to be found. Welcome back to the Spate Esports Twitch channel. And we are just about to get into our second semi-final of the day. No idea. Taking on Last Minute. Who thought we would get to this point? Not me. As we have quite the semi-final on our hands. And we have quite the panel on our desk as well. Returning are Somber and Mel. But fresh out of Australia, it is, of course, Gex joining us as well. Gex, how are you doing this evening?
Ironic that you say fresh, as he was the one that was supposed to be in this spot, but I guess he's as bad at punctuality as he is at remembering rosters. But it's great to be here. I'll come in spitting fire. It's all right. He'll forgive me. No, it's great to be on. Came on last time to see really good qualification into the major here as well. And look, from what I've seen so far, it is not disappointing.
Certainly isn't, because we will talk about that game just quickly. Silly Billies 4-2 victors over Pirates on a bot, but Somber, I mean, that game could have ended with any description of scoreline at the end of it on any given day.
Yeah, I mean, both teams, it was real back and forth there. Ultimately, it was a crossbar rattler, perfect placement to ice the series, but you know, I'm wrong. I'm now 0 for 342 on the desk. But hey, I mean, Silly Billies, they've just been those guys since the very, very first go at this. So you can't be upset at that result, especially if you're Silly Billies. You're just kind of rolling your way through. I think it's now back-to-back 6-game series for them to make it to grand finals. So they haven't had a free run at it like a lot of people may have thought. They've really had to fight here. But yeah, that was absolutely electric, man.
Yeah, and Mel, I mean, he's looking right into the camera. He knows what he's done. You know, he knows the situation. There he is. We'll give him his flowers. Yeah, we'll give him his credit. Okay, he got it right. No one likes a show.
I wasn't here for that call. Yeah. I will never do that.
I'm the person that predicted 46. Rhino, you better be happy you was not in that green room, because I was going crazy. And you dang,
sure.
you know dang right that it was Silly Billy that's gonna come out on top. They're my tournament pick to win. And oh my God, so far, Mel never wrong. Every single time I've come on here on the desk to predict the game, guess what? I have got it right. So I'm gonna keep that streak moving on today. I'm kind of happy about that last game. It wasn't close. It was good, very close. It wasn't a blowout whatsoever. It was two teams that won every single regional between the both of them in the first split, going up against each other. I mean, Silly Billies won the first two, Pirates in the bot coming off of a regional win from last weekend. But when you have the quality of a team like Silly Billies, I'm not so sure how you expect to lose to anyone that's in your way. And right now, in my opinion, they're the favorites to win the championship. In my opinion, I'll go that far.
Well, I'm not gonna, I might insinuate, but I'm not gonna outright say anything. The tournament organizer consistently picks correctly the winning team on the game following. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna suggest anything. Draw from that what you will, folks.
So, I mean, he was so loud in the green room that I had to mute. So, you telling me I should listen for the script, or?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Of course, it's a joke. Let's move on. Right. Okay, as we do move on to discuss the next game that Mel will not predict correctly, probably. It's No Idea versus Last Minute. Somber, two teams have fought really hard to get here. No Idea coming in as that second seed, but Last Minute coming in as a surprise kind of team to this semi-finals, and it'll be interesting to see what they can bring.
Yeah, it definitely will be interesting. We've seen Last Minute. They've stepped up in some key moments. No Idea. We touched on it a little bit in the booth when we casted that game in the quarterfinal round, but this is a team where they've had their peaks and valleys as a roster. They've been able to make it to grand finals, but not been able to seal the deal. And you start to wonder, maybe the spotlight might be a bit too bright for this team. But they were able to face big pressure. They had a game 7 overtime and they were able to ice it up. So maybe it's a much improved squad. No Idea is definitely not going to have an easy run at making grand finals, but based off their performance from last night and then just the results they've been able to put up consistently, I think that last minute is definitely coming in with the idea that they have to really claw their way into a series against them.
Yeah, absolutely. Gex, it's worth mentioning that last minute have had a bit of a curse on them. They've been able to make it to Championship Sunday, and then they just get beaten every single time. They've had 6 points every single regional, and they just weren't able to get past that quarterfinal stage. However, yesterday was a different story. And where do you think the limit is for this team as far as this major and even whole Spate Championship series goes?
I mean, I think last minute is probably the preferred team in this match from most people, to be honest. But I'm gonna have to I gotta be that little voice of unreason. I know that somebody said that Australians apparently bring reason. That's a lie. But no, I've got to go no idea on this one.
Yeah, no, we don't talk about that.
It's. I know, I know. There's a lot of individual power on No Idea. I got to cast them last week, and I think the biggest thing there for me was the fact that if they can bring together their individual powers and really play as a team, that's going to make them flourish. So if there's the curse on last minute and No Idea have the ability to bring it together, I think No Idea has this.
Absolutely. I mean, Mel, you have very strong opinions on a lot of the games that we have here at the SCS, and I'm sure you will have very big opinions on this one as well. No Idea come in having come second in 2 different regionals, right? They seem to be the bridesmaid but never the bride. Is it possible that they're able to become that focal point in this major?
The bridesmaid, but never the bride. That is a new one. Well,
how is that? That's a very common
Not a new one.
It's very old.
Mel does not expect to get married.
I forgot that we got the 3 boomers on the desk.
I'm the young one, bro. But however, I mean, who wouldn't want this right here? I'm not gonna lie. So, I mean, obviously.
You're going back on mute now.
All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna mute this guy.
All right. Hold on, y'all. No, personally though, No Idea. They do come into it 2 grand finals. I think I shouldn't even be saying this, but I can't even say that because I'm gonna get roasted by Scythe. So what I'm gonna do without any contradiction, I'm gonna just go Young Scythe. And yes, the reason I continue to say Young Scythe is because Young Scythe is my favorite player on that team. He's a person that I expect to show up, show out. He's one of the North American prodigies out there, okay? So I expect him to be the person to help deliver this one, but Curry has to step up. I want to see Waves do a whole lot more than what happened yesterday. Game 7, overtime. Scythe scored a goal with a second remaining to force overtime in Game 7. Sombra, you keep getting the exciting matches. I don't know what is going on here, but it's always you that gets the exciting match. So what I'm gonna do? Since it's me and Beaver, I'm just gonna say No Idea just absolutely just clobbers last minute. Just because that's how my matchup, my casting matchups just end up going. Just these dominant games.
Yeah, again, you know, the commentators organizer knows that there's a certain commentator who gets exciting games and then doesn't put him on for the final day of the season. Like that, you know, that feels crazy to me.
Wait, hold on a second. I mean, rewind. No.
Look, I'm just playing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, just make sure it clears my PayPal, Mel.
I'm just messing around because I know that I don't have to.
Yeah, I was saying, any complaints, direct them to Melican.
No, actually,
I'm the person that needs to get paid. Hold on, y'all. I'm not.
Mel is the most amazing person in the entire world, and everything that he does is amazing, and he's the best at everything. And
our host is a liar.
Yeah, my PayPal email will be on the DMs very soon.
My mother, that bro.
Straight A student. Yeah.
Well, that's the true part, though. I'm the smart one, okay? See, this is why I'm the one getting the prediction right, and Sombra, you ain't. Okay, this is why I'm the person that's getting the predictions right, all right?
I go with my heart, man. I don't go with logic. If I was logical, yeah, I'd pick the favorite to win every single time. But I gotta just. I mean, go back to two weekends ago when everyone picked the number 4 and number 6 seed as their underdog teams.
Underdog pick. That was great.
And I was like, I had to
that
pick
was
the
ridiculous.
14th seed that made it into the top 8 as my underdog. So like,
Meanwhile,
But that was actually
Mel is
awesome.
fixing matches. so
yeah,
it's-
exactly. It just makes that's what my predictions are so bad. The max pitching,
No,
max.
sir.
Right,
No,
right,
what I
right, guys.
did-
Right.
No,
You're gonna, no. I'm the host here, and I'm finally taking back over. All right, y'all. Gotta get some order here,
I
okay?
need to fight the allegations.
You can fight the allegations because you're on cast. It's fine. We've got to end this host segment because the lobby is ready. I need a prediction from each of you and a series score, please, starting with Somber.
No idea in 7.
Okay, no idea in a 7-game series. Let's hope we see a 7-game series. Great content. Gex, what say you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no idea here as well, and I'm gonna say 6. I'm gonna say 6 on that.
Say 6. Okay, and Mel on the end. What do you think about this game?
I despise this because y'all know I'm gonna pick, and if Rhino goes ahead and he says, "Oh, I'm gonna pick no idea," he's gonna curse no idea in the desk. But then again, the Spate curse is not a thing. The Spate curse is not a thing because yesterday I predicted correctly again. So y'all can't tell me no idea won't win this in 5 games. Tell me, bring me no idea in 5 games. Come on now, let's go.
Well, mercifully, this desk segment is over, and we are going to be passing on to your casters for the day. No idea versus last minute for a spot in the SCS Major Grand Final with Melakheim and Beaver.
The number 1 seed is waiting on the other side of the bracket. The number 2 seed, No Idea, versus the number 4 seed, Last Min. They are ready to cement their spot into the grand finals. It is Beaver, it is Mel at you on the desk here in this best of 7 to determine who is going to be the Major 1 grand finalist.
Yeah, I said game 5. I hope it goes to 7. Honestly, I've casted Exile for the past 2-3 years in a row. Every single time I've casted him, he's always made it way more interesting than it needed to be. Oh, that could have been an opportunity. Exiled and Extreme to Win have been a duo for 2.5 years. They've been together. Waves and Curry been together for a pretty decent amount of time. They've decided to bench Glowing in favor of Scythe going into this regional. Scythe actually may have an open net here, gets the half flip and then gets the open net to make it 1-0 early on.
A counterattack immediately there by Scythe. Ramen just try to get that down to Extreme to Win's the duo partner. Scythe picks off the pass in the midfield, able to usher that one home. It is No Idea. They came through. No Idea they had the ice. They had to go through Patty Formula, which was a tough opponent. They were down on double match point in that series. They came through in overtime game 6 and overtime game 7 to take down Patty Formula and keep their hopes alive. And it's plays like that where Scythe just uses that knowledge to steal that pass in the midfield and score one home.
Yeah, and that series yesterday between Patty Formula and No Idea may have been the match of the series if we don't get top tier in the semis or grand final. And honestly, I don't know if there's another match that can top that. Here's Waves, an opportunity to go for goal, but just a little bit beyond him. Scythe plays it off the backboard, a little bit too hard. Waves has to intervene. Next up is Curry, who's got Scythe on the left side. Just gonna try to bang it downfield, or Extreme to Win isn't gonna handle that the greatest. Curry knew that, decides to go straight for goal. He had no help around him. Scythe gets dusted by Exiled. Extreme to Win into the corner. I like what I'm seeing so far by No Idea to control the pace of the play here early on.
Indeed. Nice and calm down now after that initial touch. This is a team who has been very methodical. This last minute squad, check that on the other side, took down a team and Paws Up, which everyone, I believe it was a desk sweep, who had picked Paws Up over them, including myself. They lost game 1 and came back firing and won the next 4 straight. So no slouch on that side of the pitch as well. Again, all we're hoping for is a great series, and it's a double kill, able to open up the net, and Ramen makes up for the early turnover, gonna clear a goal. He started with the demo, Exiled finished with one.
Yeah, great play as well. Exiled clearing the backfield early. Ramen had to get past the player to have a free ball. He did that with a cavalry up in front, able to get the quick goal, and that is exactly what they needed to get back into this game, showing that they can compete the pass over to Ramen. Great vision by Waves. It was very obvious where Extreme 2 wanted to go. Scythe playing it high. Reset now, had no boost and may have got bumped off the ball by Exiled as well. Ramen plays it just super high downfield. I like the positioning right now, but that's a terrible touch by Curry. That could have ended up a whole lot worse if a player from No Idea wasn't in position to capitalize on the ball. Scythe a free ball here. How does he handle this? The help of Curry. Very panicky, but they can transition serious. Scythe has boost to play, make a play on the ball, but he can't quite reach it. And a touch by Exiled, or Extreme 2 rather, is going to play it super high off the backboard.
Double commit. Double commit is going to fall down there. Wave just trying to stall it out, allow Scythe to get back. Those are mistakes that you have to clean up here. They didn't get punished, but those who watched in game one, pretty much anytime series one between Pirates, Nanobot, and Silly Billies, anytime you saw that double commit come in, it was almost always a counterattack that scored, so they're able to get out. And we do have a rule one here. We see Exiled and Curry. Let's see if the players continue to hold that. We did have some rule one followers in the last game of the series, and yeah, they're locked in there. An open net is there. Scythe will find its way home. Had to deal with Waves, who is trying to contest the play, but Scythe opens the net up. He was able to take advantage of the 2v2 play. 2-1.
Scythe finally able to get this one over, and Scythe has been really solid so far in game one. He's a playmaker that I want to see, and he's improved so much from last year. Waves over the top of one, maybe a follow, but there's no one there. Ramen panicked a little bit there. Exile trying to force his way through. Waves, a quick drift cut. Waves trying to go off the backboard. Double tap. Again, not going to fall in his favor. But then again, No Idea. They're producing so many quality opportunities for themselves in game one, but this one splits the defense. Extreme to win with a big demo to give him some time to recollect last minute with a minute remaining.
Waves trying to continue to force this one on through. Extreme just bumps him off the play. Early flick by Extremes again, but Curry is going to be there. Extremes continues the no boost assault, but it is Scythe. Looks to get a flip reset a little bit past it. Wave shot towards net, denied by Exiled. Curry cleans up the miss on the second opportunity, increases the differential to 2.
You see how clinical this is. Scythe lays it off to Waves. He goes for a bump. Waves just forces it on target, forced 2 to commit. Opened it up for Curry to get the shot on target. Easy slot. And 1-3 now in the favor of No Idea, who were swept by the deaths to win in their favor. One person said 4-3. I think that was Somber. Gex said 4-2. I said 4-1. Realistically, I wanted to go to 7, but Exile has an opportunity to make a play on the ball. He puts it. Doesn't even make a play on the ball whatsoever. Look at that by Extreme to win and put it back in the midfield for Exile and Ramen, who again just slightly out of position. Waves with an open net. Waves off the backboard. Couldn't quite find the angle.
Tough angle to get there, and Scythe was trying to hunt down another player after a demo, but just 15 ticks to go here. As this one floats all the way through, Scythe keeps it on the play, looks for the double tap, down, Ramen, Waves, shot towards target, it's in by Waves, making a splash in the back of the net. There it is, 4-1. Game one is gonna go in the favor of No Idea.
Yeah, let's digest this play though. Scythe, a beautiful double tap off the backboard to force one to commit the back. Clear comes out with minimal boost on the side of last minute. Opens it up for Waves, and this is the team that's going to use and abuse your
what a dunk.
And absolutely ego challenge the living daylights out of you. Waves for 5.
Insult to injury, and you absolutely want to make them feel bad. Do that. Just the attack off the kickoff, and Waves takes that Fennec, angles it perfectly. It is 5 now on the scoreboard. Waves with a pair.
Not many people thought that last minute could get to the semifinals. They are here. They're going to have to climb a mountain that has been tested and trialed the entirety of the season. Scythe on a different team in Regional 2. He played Regional 2 made the semifinals, lost the semifinals, played Regional 3, made the grand finals, lost the grand final. He's trying to make another grand finals. This time against the team in Silly Billies that is, I would say, in form. I don't think they look the greatest in that first match, but they did look clinical enough to take care of Pirates on a Bot, who were for many people the favorites. No idea. They are very clinical with what they do. They have a very structured play style and a disciplined play style. Some other teams that I've noticed that Scythe and Curry individually have been on have had those types of very disciplined play styles. Last Minute needs to find a way to break through here early in game number 2 on Forbidden Temple.
Well, and they just need to get shots on the net. It was 12 shots to 2 in favor of No Idea. And if you're getting 5 hung on you, 2 shots ain't gonna do it, brothers. So got to get that going. It was, of course, Waves making a splash as well. Had the 2 goals in there. Had a pair of assists on the board as well. It was an all-around team thrashing of Last Minute there. And they're going to have to do something here in this next game. They got hit a few different times. You got to dust yourself off, get back up, and attack here in Game 2 as Forbidden Temple, the home of Game 2.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have an issue
Waves
with Last
double?
Minute being able to do that, but Waves would have played to get it to Scythe, who does nothing but put it into the top shelf.
Nice touch by Waves. Wasn't able to find the double. Absolutely fooled out Ramen. And that is a pixel perfect just underneath the bar. Snipe from Scythe. 1-0 immediately. And if you're Last Minute, that is not the momentum you were looking for.
Oh, yeah. Getting that put against you this early on in game 2 after losing 5-1, having 5 put on your head, you're like, okay, we can regain because we know we're a better team than what game 1 shows. What a pass to Curry, but he couldn't get it back on target. Scythe is next up. He's going to want to control this. The control by Scythe at the backboard to at least force Extreme to win to go. Force 2 out the play. And every single challenge by No Idea is forcing 2. Plays out the play. Extreme to win hits the post. And that was their best opportunity of the series so far.
That's one you got to capitalize on. Extreme didn't have any boost to work with, but they were really heavily committed up front. No Idea. They did not have an answer for the counterattack. That one just barely misses. Extreme trying to make up for it. Gets pinched out by Waves. Waves has been very stout on the defensive half throughout the tournament. No different here in game 2.
1v1, 1v2. Curry trying to get it. Oh, Scythe.
I don't think he can see him behind the ball.
Well, probably not. I mean, I thought it was in his line of sight for a second, but he's trying to control that one. And the Eagle challenge by Exile. What a touch.
Great touch
by Ramen, and Exile now has to deal with this upfield. He's all by himself. Does it matter? Not really. He hits the post again. This team needs to put the ball on target. They had good offensive opportunity. They were creating chances. They just couldn't find anything to go on target. They couldn't find anything in their favor. Look at Extreme to win. He can't get the challenge there. Curry, what a read. Scythe is up so early, but that is dangerous because Ramen decides to go into the play. Scythe is last man, deciding to say, you know what? I think I can make a play on the ball. He did exactly that, but not completely in his favor. Exile makes a play on the ball there to push this one, at the very least, deeper away from Scythe's possession.
Indeed, Waves looking to take control here. Gets a big pop and the boost. Scythe still harassing the play up top. Oh, got a flip reset, went for the redirect. It is Curry, takes back over the play, taken away by Extreme. Waves over towards Curry. Curry turns back on the ball. Able to get flip past one. Trying to beat Exiled, who's got a full tank. Good 50-50 out. Waves, the slow play, try to go underneath, but Ramen read it. Ends up pinching that into the quarter, but it's a demo by Waves. Opens it up for Scythe. Scythe tries to get past 2. Not there, and Curry backflips. He had the opportunity on the second shot. Backflipped that one on through.
Yeah, that was such a good opportunity, and Scythe almost was able to put it away. They had Curry in the midfield lingering to enter the play, but now the counterattack's on. Scythe doesn't play this well. Extreme to win, no boost. Exile's there. Waves, what a touch. Who's back? Ramen, who's got no boost. He's got Extreme to win behind him, but what an anticipation, what a play. Scythe on the backboard, couldn't get the second touch. Curry continuing the pressure to put this one in. Curry off the backboard, he couldn't put it on target, and now an opportunity to maybe get this one out, but Waves has been a brick wall in the midfield.
Indeed, Waves has been all over the pitch here. Waves able on cue, able to get the one. Curry tried to find the sharp angle to push it through. Waves looking to rotate on back, grab some boost and collect the ball. He's got Ramen to contend with, gets past one, allows Curry to pick back up the play over Extreme. Ramen still rotating on back, a quick E-break turn, gets the ball out of the pitch, but it kept in by Scythe. Ramen off the respawn, able to get this through Curry, centering touch, looking for Scythe, denied by Exile, jumped the pass. Extreme now clears the zone for last minute, but they've got to pick up a goal here in the last minute.
Yeah, no idea what they're doing as they're fighting each other. The comms are so clinical. They know what they want to do. Here's Curry, who gets saved. Is there follow? Waves gets denied on the goal line by Exiled, who can make something out of this, but he goes too fast. Curry shoots, denied by Ramen, who pops it high. Extreme to win decides to say, hey, I've got some space. I can make some time with this. Ramen needs to go. The insta challenge, he wins it. The shot on target, saved. Easy pickup by Extreme to win, who pops it over the top of one. He's got Ramen in support, who can do nothing but put it into the corner. Exile is next up to go. Curry trying to make something happen here. Exile blocks it out. Now it's Waves who plays it down to Curry, but Extreme to win has been so good with being able to play that second man position to cut those plays out. Exile plays it high with maybe a 50 remaining in the tank with 10 seconds remaining, Beaver.
Last couple ticks going off the clock. The last 5, a big pinch will open up as ball goes all the way down the pitch. Waves content to let it fall. No idea. Take game 2 again in an onslaught. It doesn't seem close from the 1-0 scoreline, but field domination 66% to 34. If you felt like last minute was on their heels the entire game, it's because they were once again outshot by double. 11 shots versus just 5 on the side of last minute. It's an increase from last game, but a couple of those shots, as you said, they didn't even have to get saved as they were just awry. It was pixels off when they hit the post, but they've got to dial in the accuracy and they have to turn up the intensity here in game 3.
Bro, like, it was ridiculous as well. It was only a 1-0 victory for last minute, or for No Idea rather, but the boost percentages, the boost pickups, the boost averages for No Idea rather are so much higher. They were controlling the boost. They were also being able to add some type of a physical dimension to the game, which is something that Scythe adds on to a team very, very well. But we've seen him be pretty ball dominant as well. He's been on the ball making plays, but also off the ball making plays off the ball, being able to go for bumps, being able to shift the game's pace in their favor, and it has been working so well. Something has to change. I'm a little surprised. I think this would be the place between game 2 and game 3 where last minute would take that time out. They didn't. So they trust the capabilities. They know that they should have scored in that last game. Something needs to change for last minute here in game 3.
Indeed, and Waves is going to look to keep the pressure going here. Does push that down. It is going to be Curry. Nice brief flip to get there. Stuffs Ramen. On the opposite side, Ramen collects that in midfield. Just a high pop for Extreme to wins. 50'd out by Waves. Scythe dunked on by Exiled. Exile's got some boost to work with, but he can't chase down the play as Curry. Down to Waves. Oh, almost a pinch play. Able to come down as Curry fell from the heavens. Not able to get that. Inverted shot. Skim. No good from Scythe as Curry looks to chase this down. Tries the backflip to keep it out. Stalled out enough time for Waves to be able to come on through.
Exile just plays it downfield. I like that by Exile. He's the person that's been reading the play very, very well and being able to react to it. Ramen right there. The misflip plays it too far up. Waves for a goal. Who hits the post? Scythe. Bang!
Scythe once again. He is just absolutely punishing that top 1% of the net. Again, able to beat out Extreme, and again, able to put that just underneath the bar to put that one home. It is 1-0, a familiar sight here for No Idea.
It is a familiar sight, but as well, not only for No Idea, but now for last minute. Now they're tasked with coming down by 1, which I think in this game, they did have a better start, almost catching out Curry here. Exile driving it on target. I do like that they're trying to force the issue. That's not the touch by Extreme to win. Ramen has space and some. Waves cuts it off immediately. Curry, who's next up to play. Here goes Scythe off the backboard. Extreme to win, who played that really well. And they are starting to pick up a lot more of the boost control a little bit more in this game than it did in the prior. Despite it only being 1-0 compared to the first game being 1-5 in the favor of No Idea. Exiled, look at this one. Around the corner he goes. Extreme to win needs to make a play on the ball. He does. Waves off the ceiling to Scythe, who can go. That touch off the ceiling was a little bit awkward, so that does give a little bit of leeway. Exile off the backboard, double for Exile, taken away.
A good read by Curry to able to get that one out. Curry with another read.
Oh, it's open.
Extension pass to Scythe. Redirect is in Scythe with another one. Their second, but it's a nice touch by Curry to get it there. No boost, no problem. Over towards Scythe, the only two players on the pitch, as Waves got demoed off the play, the only two that were needed.
Yeah, and this ball bounced out in Curry's favor. All he had to do was bang it up. He saw Scythe on the left wing and played it straight back up to him. And great accuracy as well by Curry to find Scythe. But now a 2-goal deficit for last minute. We have to see how they respond to this adversity, which has been consistently
Empty net.
against them. Extreme to win, splits the defense to make it 2-1.
Finally, some signs of life here from last minute. It's a bad rotation there. Scythe way too aggressive up front. Not able to get back in that third man position as the dunk came through strong for Extremes. Is now cut in half. 2-1 here. Ramen able to get a beat on the ball. Waves off the ceiling, able to put that into the corner towards Scythe. A good challenge away. Scythe with a 50-50 as well. Tried to find another 50 past Ramen. He couldn't. Waves now. Takes back over the play. This one is going to go over toward Exiled. Pass from Extreme. Back over to Exiled. The tic-tac-toe play almost coming to fruition, but once again, the shooting accuracy just a little failing for No Idea. Or last minute, excuse me.
Oh, this is opportunity. Redemption is made. Extreme to win slots it.
Able to extend the play, said, hey, we can shoot on target. Beaver, shut that yapper of yours. We are going to put that one back on the board here. Game now tied up. 98 seconds left to go on the clock here. Fifth kickoff does get taken. Is going to go in the direction of No Idea again. 50'd out. Scythe has to come on back. Can't afford to lose it to Extreme. Does lose it to Extreme, but Scythe still remains in front of the play. 50'd out by Exiled in the corner. Ramen's there. Punches it through. Waves clears the danger. Flick over the top towards the net. Exiled saves.
What a save by Exile. Remaining composed in the goal line. Now Ramen trying to go coast to coast. Trying to get the dunk as well. Does that successfully. Curry this essentially gives it away. Pass in field. Ramen wasn't in position. Exiled is last back. Bangs this downfield. It's awkward for Waves, so he puts it into the corner where Scythe can handle it. He goes off the backboard. He could go the full way if he wants to, but he's just focused on getting this one back into the blue half. Banged downfield again by Extreme to win. Waves deciding to say, I'm gonna call my own number. Ramen can turn. He needs to if he wants to keep possession for his team. Curry needs to make something happen. To the left side he goes. Scythe, Waves is up. Waves down to Curry, who can't make a play on the ball. Oh, it's a counterattack opportunity. 1v1. Exiled and Scythe, who's got no boost. What a save by
Big
Scythe.
save. Scythe, the shadow defense with no boost, able to just put that one over top of the bar, keeps this one knotted up at 2. Last 20 seconds to go. Scythe gonna get a pass over towards Waves. It ended up being a shot. It was turned away by Exiled. Their third save. Ramen intercepts. Scythe got tripped up on the goal line and still made the save. He was spinning like a top. Not out of danger yet. Ramen tries a 50 on through. It's Waves with a big save now. Extreme punches that back in. Scythe over the bar. Still not out of danger. 0 ticks on the clock. It's got to hang up in the air. Curry puts that one down. It is overtime here in game 3.
I don't think I've seen a better defensive sequence in the SCS in a couple of weeks. That was ridiculous. But trying to make it worth nothing is Exiled, who shoots and gets saved on the goal line by Scythe. Ramen gets bumped off the ball by Scythe. Curry has Waves. Scythe is the one that wants to go. Waves is the next person up to make a play on the ball. Extreme 2-Win gets tripped up by the post. Here comes Scythe, who is saved by Extreme 2-Win.
Extreme wins the eyes, but the play and the pressure is still on by No Idea. Waves keeps this one in, touches over towards Exiled. Scythe is there to intercept in the midfield. Exiled puts it down. It's now Curry looking to grab control. Over towards Waves, back down towards Curry. Over towards Scythe, tries to shoot, denied by Exiled. Picks up the demo as well. Counterattack is on as the action calms back down here. This one touched on through. Scythe with a miss. It does come down to Curry. Nice touch pass one. It is Scythe refreshed with a tank of boost just to put this into safety for now.
Oh, what a touch. It's a big miss on the goal line. No one's there to capitalize. Exiled. He's won that challenge. Wave has done disaster with that. Exiled decides to play it over to a team, and instead of going for himself, Ramen can cut into play here, which makes things a little bit more awkward for Waves, who's on minimal boost. Scythe the redirect, which gets an unbelievable amount of pace on it that can start a counterattack, an opportunity for No Idea to maybe make something happen. But then again, look at Exiled and the big clear out of him. He controlled it downfield, which is something that he has done really well. The recognition of when to control and when to not. Scythe on the backboard, Scythe double. Curry shot. Curry has missed the goal completely.
Trying to be a little too fine there, putting it in the top corner. Ramen was there, may have made the save regardless, but it does go wide. It is Scythe looking to take back control. Ceiling resets on, fakes it down towards Curry. Extreme is there. Waves now looks to pop this down. Curry towards the goal box, denied.
Come on, Extreme.
1v1, Extreme versus Scythe. Gets it over the top. Scythe able to come through with another save. That is 6 saves now for Scythe.
Oh, he has been so good for this team. He's been the urgency on for No Idea on the goal line has been unbelievable. Keeping the ball out, but now it's Exiled who drifts, cuts, swerves, weaves, shot for Extreme 2-Win, denied. Exiled making this awkward for Curry, gets laid off to Scythe, who tries to do something with it. Extreme 2-Win has Ramen downfield. Waves puts it into the corner. Curry, who's in the dominance, needs to make a very Fennec-like 50 here. He does. Scythe lingering downfield. Can't get the touch that he wants. Extreme 2-Win. What a play. He keeps going. The resets. Oh, it almost went the entire way because he had Exiled in the play to maybe make something on it. But Waves plays it high off the backboard. Exiled plays it into the right side. But Scythe to Waves to make something happen.
Ramen tries to clear that into the corner. It has been a 3 minutes of bonus Rocket League here. Oh no, and they may be over. A double commit. Ramen can't catch up to it. And Curry will clear this one out. Exiled, no boost, just flails one towards net. Waves takes a touch. Looks to 50 on through. Extreme not able to make the touch as well. Bumps Waves off the play. Ramen tries to get another touch through. Curry able to get a big pop on down. Waves tries to catch. Exiled with a loose touch. Waves over to Curry. Shot on target, denied by Ramen. Scythe looks to keep it in at a big pinch. Is going to take this one all the way down the pitch as Waves collects. Gets past another. Danger here as Scythe clears it off the backboard.
Exiled, the second touch doesn't come out. It's good enough to send Waves flying on the goal line with no boost for Scythe. If they can get something here, Scythe with a minimal amount of boost, they may be able to strike. But Curry off the backboard. Scythe is next up. He puts it into the corner. You see the third man playing so far up to keep the ball, the boxing pressure. Passing field for Waves. Denied by Extreme 2-Win. But now here's the counterattack. Ramen, no boost. He just bangs it downfield. Curry's got a lot of boost to work with. The touch loose. Waves bangs it downfield. Extreme 2-Win has to handle this and does.
Good read, but Scythe is there. Looks for the double. Not able to get the skim shot towards the net is Extreme. Gets the save. Curry use that flip to get on down. Trying to stuff it in with the dominance. Denied by Exiled. Scythe keeps this through. I think Curry's going to stay on the play, and he does. No boost, but Obsta keeps the pressure on. A loose touch by Ramen, taken away by Exile, but that boost meter is looking low for everyone on last min. They have to keep this out. Waves, centering touch. It's Curry, shot towards net. Denied once again by the players Denied by Waves on the backboard on the counterattack. 5 minutes elapsed. Nothing through it is Curry. Looks for the double pass. Ramen clears.
Oh, but they're awkward now. No one wanted to go for No Idea, who they had an opportunity to strike there. Extreme Twin is the only one on the team that has boost, so he uses it by putting it deep in the blue half. He stays in the play, wins the 50, gets it back in his favor again. Exiled, beats Scythe out. But now Curry has Scythe, who's got Waves. Waves for the goal! He gets saved on the goal line by Exiled, who can shift this. Look at Exiled, so shifty. Around 1, around 2. Exiled trying to make it work. He can't. Extreme 2 and jumped so early. Ramen, he's gonna cut in the play. He's got Extreme 2 to make a play on the ball, who plays it off back to himself off the backboard. Exiled plays a high third man, but now the counterattack is on. Waves didn't want to go. Scythe is so far back. Curry up in the air to make something on the ball, but it gets cleared away by Ramen.
Scythe's got a full tank along the backboard here, looking to make its way on through. Exile challenges off the ceiling. It's a good challenge. Extreme pre-jumps that one back. Waves can't get it around him. Ramen redirect, nobody home. Scythe able to once again take off on the play as 6 minutes have been elapsed so far in this overtime. Neither team wanting to give an absolute pixel away to the other, as this one absolute match here in game 3. Exile tried to make a touch there, denied by Waves. Curry shot towards net. Ramen's got no boost to deal with. Scythe, it's in, bang! Able to put that one through. Scythe, a hat trick, able to put his team on match point.
Yeah, it's just the positioning coming out again from No Idea. It got turned upfield by Waves. Curry made a big play on off the backboard. It forced Ramen, who was last back, to make a very uncomposed play, and a beautiful read by Scythe. Hat-trick for the 13-year-old. 1,229 points. 7 saves and 6 shots for Scythe alone. The MVP of game 3 by a large mark.
Absolutely. I mean, Scythe just hung a Fowie on him, +2. 1,200 points in a tournament of this caliber. Absolutely nuts. Able to come through with those huge saves. I loved what I seen at the last minute, though. They're able to increase the shots by a ton. 18 there. That's going to be more than everyone combined, or all of their efforts combined in game 1, 2, and 3, but it still wasn't enough to get past Scythe, Waves, and Curry. Waves with 4 saves, Curry with 3 saves and 2 assists. It was all No Idea there again, and now they are on triple match point to go to the grand finals.
Yeah, and you saw for the boost consumption, ladies and gentlemen, last minute, they had much more boost consumption than No Idea did, but No Idea, they controlled the pace of the play. They had more of the ball. The heat map was showing the ball much more in the blue half, obviously. So now, Extreme Twin and Exiled are going to have to pull out something absolutely magical here with the help of their third Ramen. These two have been a duo for such a long time. Mental ability for Exiled I have seen for the last 2-3 years to keep his team in it mentally. It's been such great, and after that last loss, if anything, he's going to turn it into motivation and not desperation.
Indeed, I mean, you have to answer back. You have to harness what you found there in game 3. If you are last man, and just improve on it just a skosh, get that 1 goal up in your favor. But this team has all the momentum, all the power. It is so crushing to play almost 7 minutes of bonus Rocket League and still lose. And even worse off, you need to win the next 4 straight against the freight train that is No Idea. As Waves puts one towards net, Exiled able to clear that out, but they have to wake up here in game 4.
Yeah, not only are they going to have to reverse sweep last minute, they're going to have to reverse sweep and then go into a grand final against the probably the best team in the entire league and force an upset. We'll have to see what they can do, but it has to start here. Exiled, he's done so much in the beginning of this game for this roster. He's got 2 shots on a save for them early on. Now Ramen, who just bangs it downfield again. A lot of last minute players with minimal boost on their own half. What a demo, but Scythe getting back in time.
Scythe picking up where he left off in game 3. A pair of saves already to their credit. Ramen able to push this one through. Waves able to intercept. Curry trying to find the demo on Extreme. Maybe if he wasn't in the Dominus, could have got the hood on him, but that blank couldn't find the player jumping over the top of him. Exiled. 50-50 against Curry. A good pump by Ramen. Able to put that one through. Nobody home as Extreme turns back on the play. Ceiling resets on. Nice fireball of a shot. Curry comes up with the save. Stayed home on the goal line. Still tied up at nothing.
Here's Ramen, plays it down for Extreme to win, who tries to do something, but Waves, what a play to get back up to that one. Scythe just collected the big boost. He's going to be the second man here. He's got Waves in support, who wants to go up. Extreme to win, has Exiled, who wants to control it. Exiled, the 50 off the backboard, too far. Waves the second touch, sets off the entirety of last minute. But look at Ramen go, trying to continue to force the issue in the orange half, but they can't do much. The double tap off the sidewall, off the backboard to make something happen at the very least, for no idea to put this offense on.
Pressure still on. Waves punches that down. It's going to be Curry. Tries to take a shot. Forces its way on through. It somehow gets past Ramen. Curry able to put that one in the back of the net. Gives the advantage in favor of No Idea here in game 4.
Yeah, someone plays high, someone plays low. Ramen played high, couldn't get the backboard read, and on the goal line, it was Extreme to win, who didn't have an opportunity to put himself into play. Reset from Curry. Curry, oh heavens me. This guy is absolutely electric, my youths. He is electric. Waves to Scythe. You see that they're starting to play a whole lot more confident after that first goal. But in that last game, last minute, they played so offensively aggressive. Their third man playing so high. They found a sense of urgency after scoring the first goal to at the very least get themselves back in the game. The last game, they were down 2-1. And then the entire play style changed. And it really worked for a good amount of time. Stalled with No Idea for the entirety of the back half of the second game, up until 6 minutes and 4 seconds on the clock in overtime. Not even regulation, but a minute to go for last minute to make something magical, reminiscent of last game.
Tries to get a pass down towards Ramen. Was Extreme, denied by, I think, everybody on the side of No Idea. They surely are looking to ice the last 50 ticks off the clock here. Waves just puts it in park on the center line. A big pinch is going to go out. Exiled versus Scythe. Exiled goes high. Try to get the reset off the ceiling. Ramen denied by Waves. Extreme will clean up the mess, though. And they will tie this one up with 43 to go. It was a great team play. Exile to get there, and it was a great save by Waves to keep Ramen out of the back of the net. But Extreme, the third man, flies up there. You got to send the house forward with such little time to go there. It pays off, and this game is tied with 40 ticks to go.
Game on Utopia Coliseum, as that one makes things a whole lot more interesting. Exiled plays it high. The reset. He's got Ramen. He wants to go by himself, but Scythe read it well. Not too many places he could have placed that. Extreme to win around the corner. Has to go by himself because he's got no team support upfield. Exiled has Extreme to win. Scythe can't make a play on the ball. Shot on target by Extreme to win to at least force Waves to make a save. Curry on the backboard. He gets a touch. Now Exiled around the corner. He goes. Extreme to win can cut. He's got Exiled who goes, but he can't make contact. Curry downfield plays it high. Around one, but overtime. 2 consecutive games in a row. Do we have the same result? No idea. A goal away from the major grand final.
Last men have to have the ice here. As you said, they are 1 goal away from being ousted out of Major 1. It is Waves trying to push that one on through. Ramen does collect. Curry tries to play the low 50 Extreme. Gonna win the 50. Flip resets on. Tried to push towards the midfield, and Scythe just absolutely waves the finger on the backboard, stops him in his tracks. Scythe once again tries to pinch this one out, tries to connect with Waves on the pinch. Nothing doing here as this first 35. Stalled out so far is Extreme. Looks to get past Scythe. Looks to get past Curry as well. Double is on, but Curry takes it away. Waves, here comes the counter attack. He's just got Exile to work with. Waves puts that down. A second touch is going to go a little wide.
is Ramen now. He's got to get this one back on the orange half. Maybe something here. Ramen pass one. Exile couldn't get the touch middle. Extreme 2 and playing so high as third man. Exile's got a decent amount of boost, so he can deal with this with a composed factor. Waves, let's one go shot. Denied, follow Scythe, puts it high.
Scythe, who has been the favor of fortune for that crossbar the first couple games of the series, it hurts him there as he's not able to get that one just underneath. It is Curry now still keeping the pressure on. Ramen tries to clear it off the backboard, but full tanks for most of the players here. Touch towards the midfield as Curry looks for the winner. Floats over one. Exiled is going to put it away, but still no boost in the tank for last minute. Extreme just tries to clear it out. Allows his team to recollect, refuel as they have to go through another attack. It's an overextension. It's open. It's in. Last min gets swept. It's No Idea in 4 with a date with Silly Billies in the grand finals.
Oh, and it came off another counter attack too. Every game since game 1 has been close, and my goodness, what a show between these two teams. They have really rocked it in that last match, and my god, this grand final may just be a little bit more interesting than people think it's gonna be.
Absolutely. I mean, that was a dominating performance by No Idea. GG's, of course, the last min, but the clock has run out. No more time left on the clock for you here in Split 1. We will have an absolute banger for you here in the grand finals. It will be Silly Billies versus No Idea. We'll come back with you with this one right after the break.
We were playing with fire. Everything turned to dust. When we aimed to fly higher, we got lost and dragged each other down. We kept running from the shadows in the night, realizing it was not worth the fight. Moving on alone was what felt right, 'cause we were never meant to be. Dum dum da dum day. Dum dum da dum day. Dum dum da dum day. 'Cause we were never meant to be. It feels good, a new beginning. We are free at last.
We have finally reached that point in the day, not just the day, the major and the entire Split One as a whole. All of that hard work, 4 weeks of intense Rocket League, all comes down to one best of 7. These two teams have made it here on merit alone. Our seed number 1 and seed number 2 respectively, making it to our grand final of the Spate Championship Series Split 1 Major. Silly Billies will be taking on No Idea. Sorry. I looked over to my left monitor and it has that name, but it's not. It's No Idea versus Silly Billies. And with that very, very nearly good intro, we are getting into our pre-show with the wonderful people that you see to my left. All 3 of them you've seen over the night, so I don't need to introduce them. It is Somber, Gex, and Beaver, of course. Somber, let's briefly touch on that last game because honestly, there's not too much to talk about. No Idea, 4-0 victors. It took 2 overtimes to get there, but they got the job done very professionally.
Yeah, I mean, we saw last night that they were able to win in overtimes. They iced up. They know how to play in the big games. We've seen it here, but grand finals is going to be their final test. Last min, 2 opportunities to make that series go differently, but it was No Idea coming out on top.
Yeah, it certainly was. Gex, we were watching from the sidelines. We were having a chat in the green room as well, and it does feel like No Idea do have a lot of momentum coming into this grand final. Yes, it was a little bit close at times, but they had the ice, they had the ability to see those games over the line, and they got the job done, and we find them here in this grand final.
We do indeed. I don't think there was much doubt that we were going to see them here past a certain point. There were challenges to the throne, but they have come in looking pretty strong, and I'm expecting a big push for the end here. Silly Billies have been absolutely excellent, and No Idea just, so strong in that last one that coming out of semi-finals with a 4-0, you've got to expect a fight on your hands.
Absolutely, for sure. Beaver, let's talk about this grand final then. Silly Billies versus No Idea. It is the two favorites, you would argue, coming into kind of today, into this weekend. They meet in this grand finals. It's the game we maybe expected to see. And, I mean, on paper, this game promises to be something very, very special.
Absolutely. I mean, as you said, they were the number 1 seed, the number 2 seed going into this matchup. And I think, maybe No Idea perhaps won some people over, maybe even on the desk here with that last performance, because that match was kind of not close. And one of the first sweeps that we've seen, obviously we have all of the 4-2s that went on up top. They previously were in a game 7 in the bottom here, but a quick 4-0 sweep, especially when you got a player like Scythe who came through and literally dropped 1,200 points on your head in game 3. I mean, being able to take that momentum and move all their way through, it is going to be a hotly contested series. I gotta say, just being around the whole time, a little disappointed that the semifinals had Silly Billies and Pirates on the boat, that we didn't get to see that in the grand finals. But seeing that performance from No Idea, I'm pumped that this is the matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. It should be a very, very good matchup indeed. Somber, gonna come back to you for a moment just to talk through kind of these two teams that we are going to see, because it's Darklight, T-Corel, and Bora on the side of Silly Billies versus Waves, Curry, and Scythe on the side of No Idea. Now, it does feel like this is going to be the game of the two biggest players that we've had so far in the Spate Championship Series, right? T-Corel, of course, on Silly Billies. We talk about him all the time. And over on No Idea, it has, of course, been Scythe who has really put his name kind of on the map. But it's also going to be a test of that supporting cast, of those teammates, because at the end of the day, Rocket League is a team game, and which of those teammates is able to step up is going to decide this grand final, you would think.
Yeah, 100%. We've seen that having a complete roster through and through yields great results. We've seen subs step in and make great runs for teams. We've seen some roster moves. Scythe originally was not on this No Idea team going into Regional 1. They did some reworks, missed out on Regional 2, came into Regional 3 with him, and him, Curry, and Waves have been making noise ever since. So I think that it's going to really be, not just the headliners. We know who they are, and Bora, Darklight, they've come up and made a name for themselves in SCS, being with T-Corel, and have shown that they're on that level, and to a similar degree with Curry and Waves. But it really is going to be kind of the head-to-head of the two supporting casts to that big name, even if they're not, supporting them as the first man, as that ball dominant player, but just how you play your role there in the series.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So it will be very interesting to see how they perform in the server. I mean, Gex, this is a very, very high pressure situation. I want to talk to you about the experience of these two teams, right? Silly Billies, they kind of have this kind of experience of these grand finals, right? They've come first twice across regionals. No Idea, haven't been able to get it over the line. 2 second places. They seem to just not be able to have that kind of ice in a grand final. You think it's an experience problem for No Idea, or where do you see the potential issue being where they're just not able to get it over the line in that last game of a weekend?
I don't know if it's an experience issue. I mean, when it comes down to it, game day is different for everybody, and the pressure has to mount in one way or another. So you've got to be able to deal with it. Certainly, having the experience with that pressure helps. But if you've gone this far, you've already experienced all of the regionals to make it to the major here, and you've experienced them against this team already as well. It's not the first time these teams have lined up. So. And not to talk up Mel's script too much or anything, but it is a good matchup. It was kind of inevitable at some point, or as much as we joke about the script, this was the expected results in here. I think that's what you get out of a number 1 and number 2 seed. So it is going to come down to how they handle the pressure here. And like you said, experience may play a part in that.
Yeah, for sure. Beaver, I mean, we do talk about this Silly Billies roster not really knowing how to lose in a way, right? They just continue to win and win and win, getting things over the line. And it seems like maybe they shouldn't or maybe couldn't. They somehow still able to get that result. Over on the other side, of course, we've got No Idea, who still are a fantastic team in their own right and have won quite a lot of things in that kind of roster. It's just in SCS, they don't seem to be able to have that kind of ice. But that last result against Last Min, we've already talked about it, is a huge momentum builder for them. And if they're able to take it into this game, that will be a massive benefit to them, you would think.
Yeah, for sure. And it's really, it's a stylistic change between one to the other. And you kind of have that, old guard versus new guard, essentially. I mean, we talked about, the highlight players from each side. T. Corral, when he has been on, he has been very on. In Rocket League terms, I mean, this guy's a grandpa. He's 23 years old. So, I mean, he's, according to the community, he's 1 foot in the grave at this point. And then you have Scythe, who I believe is either 13 or 14 in that regards. And I say that, T. Corral, you're 23. I'm 32. So if you're in the grave, then I've already passed on. Somber, shut your mouth over there. Again, such a vast age difference between the two, and the stylistically has changed. You see that the Silly Billy squad has been very tight on rotational play, strong defense, and they're able to come through and make counterattack plays and the passing plays. Whereas you see with that No Idea squad, it's been a lot of the solo efforts, the high flying, the highlight play, the in your face kind of play. So it's really the clash of two different stylistic plays of Rocket League. I'm interested to see which one's going to come out on top.
Wave's gonna be filthy angry at you. He's already been copping flack for his age in the pre-game lobby while we've been talking. And he's only 20, so I'm feeling ancient here right now.
I'm telling you, it feels you don't get all this gray for nothing.
That's the stress of caster life. That's what
I would say that's what comes with too much Rocket League casting. Absolutely.
Too much picking of the underdog anyway.
Yeah. Oh,
Speaking of picks, Gex, that's a fantastic segue because it's time to go to our predictions. This game is just around the corner. Grand final, Silly Billies, No Idea. Starting with Somber, I will need a who's winning and a series score, please.
I'm going to use some logic for the first time this split.
Huh?
We saw this exact matchup. Scythe was absent from the roster, but we saw this same matchup in grand finals in regional 1, and it was a 5-game series. I think Scythe is enough to get you that one extra game. I'm going to take Silly Billies in 6.
Oh, okay. Gex, are we going to hear some logic from you?
No, you're not.
Okay.
I'm gonna generate some grey hairs as well. I actually think that this could be the chance here. I don't think Silly Billies have it. I know what Mel's pick would be. He's gonna go with the top seed no matter what. So Silly Billies in 6 from Mel, but I'm gonna go the other way, and I think No Idea will do it in 7.
Wow, very interesting. Beaver, last prediction. Talk to me. What are you thinking?
I've been saying it the whole time. I picked Silly Billies in Regional 1. I can't waffle now. No, I'm just kidding about the just kidding. I'm still going with Silly Billies. I have agreements with Somber. I think the Scythe edition, the way Waves have been playing in the defensive half and the way Curry's been attacking that midfield is going to buy them the extra game, but it's going to be 6. It's going to be Silly Billy.
Okay, well, The desk has made their predictions. We are about to get into the game. Myself and Gex will be on the cast, but joining us and giving us a very special introduction for this grand final, it's Melastax. And he's muted. He's done a great job.
He is hammering it over there on his mic.
Everybody, quiet! No. All right, it's fine because it buys us some time because it plays apparently free play camping. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand final of the Spate Esports Championship Series. We have an electrifying matchup tonight that promises to keep you at the edge of your seat. In the blue corner, we have the tenacious underdogs in No Idea. Despite coming up short in 2 grand finals during the regular season, they fought their way here with determination and grit. Keep your eyes peeled for the 13-year-old prodigy who is known for turning games on their head in young Scythe. And in the orange corner is the top-seeded team, Silly Billies. Fresh off the incredible victory over the tournament favorites in a lot of people's eyes in Pirates on a Bot, Silly Billies come into this grand final as favorites, featuring, in my opinion, one of the greatest players from RLCS Season X, who have shown time and time again that they are a force to be reckoned with. The stage is set, the stakes are high, and one team will emerge victorious. Will it be the season favorite Silly Billies, or will it be the underdog story and spectacular upset in No Idea? Rocket League fans around North America, gear up, because this is your major grand final.
Thank you very much, Melastax. We're getting things underway now as T. Carell gonna take possession of the ball for Silly Billies, but actually Scythe has a chance here. Looking for the top right corner, it'll be Curry who's gonna try and pick this one up off the back wall. Darklight can't get there, but makes the save either way. And it's a hot start for No Idea here in the grand final.
Waves chasing it back here as well, getting underneath. It's dangerous in his own half, but nobody to challenge means they will get away with it. And I think that's the confidence that you've kind of got here from No Idea. They definitely came out of that last one feeling good, and they're taking their time with things and getting comfortable in their own end of the field.
Yeah, and at this point in time, they are starting off really early with the pressure. I really want to see what exactly No Idea are able to offer here in the grand final, because I will admit that in the first match that was played today between Silly Billies and Pirates on a Bot, Silly Billies, in my opinion, did not look as good as I really think they could be. That playmaking from Scythe opens it up for the first goal of the major finals.
That is Waves coming through with that first goal for No Idea. He has had a fantastic regional period, it's fair to say, in the last 4 weeks, and he opens the scoring here. We talked about it in the pre-show. Scythe is maybe the playmaker, the one to watch, but he needs his supporting cast, and Waves being there on the spot. And hang on, there might be an immediate response, but it's pushed to the side by Scythe, and it'll be Curry to try and bring this one away. It's a good 50 from Curry, and now Waves will be able to take this one. Pops it up onto the back wall. T. Carell, no problems there, clearing this one away. Scythe looking for the ball into the middle, but Darklight, that defensive masterclass that we've seen so far in the SCS, proving true once again.
It's nice to have Mel back, by the way. That Stacks guy really took over for a second there.
Yeah,
we've got the full crew back this time. Yeah, where's Stacks gone? Oh, Scythe, this is an opportunity for the second here. It has actually been dominant on the offensive end. Really, possession has been held pretty much exclusively by No Idea since the opening kickoff.
Yeah, and they have been able to turn their opportunity into attacks, and unlike last minute from the last series, they are starting to generate shots on target here early on, and that's something that last minute were failing to do against No Idea in the last series. And again, you see them trying to find each other in the midfield early on here in the first game.
Yeah, it certainly is. Curry going to move down this right-hand side for No Idea, looking to double their lead as he gets into the corner. Bora will have no problems clearing this one away, and Darklight finishes off the clearance, but he has to beat Scythe, and that's not an easy thing to do. Into the corner. Scythe can't get past Bora, so Bora will take a pot shot from midfield. Waves will be equal to it, but Curry, he's given the ball to T. Carell, not the person that you want to take a shot on your goal, but it is saved away, and No Idea maintain their 1-goal lead for the moment.
The early challenge on that scythe gets up there, tried to redirect as well. It's good to see that No Idea are making these early challenges, even on the likes of TKRL as well. There's no over-respect being given here. Waves with another save. This is TKRL who?
Yeah, that was a good opportunity again. Who almost got it back into the midfield. Silly Billies are starting to find the pressure. They're starting to find the opportunities here on the blue half with just over 2 minutes remaining. As I want to see how TKRL handles this one. He was all over the place in the first series. He was good sometimes. He was mediocre at other times, but he was the person, the game changer when it came down to it. Here's Curry. The
Need to see it.
He got saved on the goal line. What a touch!
The bump on
Waves.
Darklight.
Oh my.
Oh.
That was
Nearly
so
held
close
him
from
back.
Waves, but Darklight was able just to get there. And TKRL at the back post should have had it. That should be the equalizer, Gex, I would think.
You would think so, but gonna come away again, well high over that. Doesn't leave a chance, but they're gonna
Oh
keep
my goodness.
recentering. Scythe the only one left there with full boost, but Waves takes it away. Midfield, TKRL will pick it up to the backboard, looking for the double. Shot down, not quite there. Too close to that front post and pinched away.
Yeah, now the counterattack's on for Waves, who puts it around one. Curry trying to get it so good here. Scythe in the corner. Maybe one more touch. Darklight is having none of it. Waves, who's continuing to play. Curry's going to have a freer ball. But then again, that touch from Waves may have set him off. They're panicking a little bit here as it comes down to the final seconds.
Yeah, it's going to be Waves over on this left-hand side. 40 seconds on the clock. It's only 1-0. TKRL going to move forwards, though. Oh, it's a good save from side. TKRL keeps the play alive, but only as far as Curry, who has 100 boost to work with. Only as far as Darklight. Curry now trying to keep possession, trying to keep the ball away from the Silly Billy side, and does well to get past Bora and TKRL. That's great work to alleviate the pressure on the back lines for No Idea. TKRL flying through the air, though, has the reset. Oh, gets the bump as well. Curry flies through. Oh, he gets saved at the last moment. TKRL gets the shot, but it is saved, and that could be the end of game number one. Darklight coming around the side, but I think that might just do it.
Wait
It's
a second,
all
he's got
Curry.
boost. Reset. What a stop by Waves.
Oh, Bora.
Bora keeps it up, Gex.
That's incredible. It's still there. TKRL takes a shot. 0 seconds. It's held high for a mile. It's not RLCSX, but TKRL is stepping up nonetheless. He's got a name to make again.
Call him Jude Bellingham. A final second goal to keep his team in the game. What an outstanding goal that is from TKRL, the man that we've been hyping up for the longest time, makes it pay as now he tries to take his team to a game one victory. But wow, that is some big main character energy from TKRL, and gets the save as well. Does everything.
Are you joking me? That finish? You gotta be trolling. Because that was unbelievable.
It was crazy.
All of the chances from No Idea, and yet,
hang on.
oh my goodness, another one. It's a double commit. It might be open at the other end, but oh my goodness, Bora misses the mark, and everybody gets to reset. Positioning's available again for No Idea here. TKRL in the corner. Can he get it past? A bump attempt doesn't take him out of the play, and it's stuck in the corner.
Yeah, it seems like Bora trying to just get this one away. Waves comes through and demos Bora. It will be Scythe, but the pinch goes the way of Silly Billies. The pass inside TKRL. Oh, it's the crossbar. Oh, no. He's made the goal. He's made the save. But they might go back to rue that chance. That one should have flown into the back of the net. Open goal. But with just over a minute of OT played, we're still level.
Yeah, now it's about No Idea getting composed again. Look at the double.
Oh, my goodness.
Darklight.
Darklight. How have you missed that?
That is brutal. The opportunity was there, and it's just gone to nothing. We were talking about the pressure of coming into this. As a major, we have had 3 opportunities to show brilliance in the regionals and at the major. Game number 1 of the grand final. It's going to be No Idea to step up.
Well, the exact opposite of the England game earlier. The final second goal does not go on to win them the game. As No Idea. Yeah. I'll take all of it. But hey, we may be lucky. We're still in the quarterfinals, so just
all right.
Let's just get that out there right now, okay? However, No idea. Wow, they have stemmed the bleeding. They have stopped Silly Billies from winning that game 1. But I have to say, Mel, Silly Billies had 2, maybe 3 gilt edge opportunities that should have flown into the back of the net in that overtime that just
Yeah, you can't make it up. This is
Oh.
dramatic. Yo, I can't, bro. I'm over here. I've got a whole headache and all, and these people are doing this to me. Are we for real? Are we serious? I blink for a second. Somebody give me aspirin. All of a sudden, Scythe puts the ball, and then I didn't even get to see the replay. It was ridiculous. All I see is 2-1 on the scoreboard, and with all of the opportunities that Silly Billies had, are you seriously not clinical enough to put one of them away?
I mean, you sound really
I'm-
upset considering you scripted this. Like, that's wild.
And the script apparently said TKRL gets to shoot 8 times as well and only score once. So absolutely insane from Silly Billies that TKRL was able to kind of get involved that much, but still nothing came out. No Idea's defense held well, as their kind of possession of the ball for the length of that game did as well.
Yeah, a 0-second goal and an overtime in game number 1. I mean, we are starting to tick all of the Rocket League Grand Final boxes. The final one really is to get that game number 7, but No Idea do not want to get there as they move forwards with Curry. That's a nice shot. TKRL gets the save, and Bora will be able to clear this one away. Scythe moving back towards his own net. Darklight off the ceiling, looking for more, but Scythe and Waves will combine to clear that ball away.
Oh, it's a really good opportunity again on the offensive end for Silly Billies, because they're starting to find each other here in the midfield. Each play is each challenge by Silly Billies is taking 2 plays at the play, but you can't go really far when you're already so deep into your final third. Curry, who plays it close. Wasn't he the dominance last series? Was this guy not just chilling in the dominance? He decides to say the challenges weren't going in my favor enough.
Whoa.
And, going against this roster, you have to level it up.
Huge redirect from Scythe there, gets it away from the net. I think one of the big changes that needs to be made by Silly Billies here has to be just the challenges. I mean, you can't let Curry just do a lap of the field with the ball a second time. That's not going to work out.
No, it's certainly not. Scythe moving down the field. Curry gets bumped away by Darklight, and there's a chance now for Boris to move forwards. Doesn't have any boost, does get the reset. But Curry gets taken out by TKRL. The counter-attack continues to be just stopped in its tracks by Silly Billies until Curry respawns. He comes through as the resurrected man and tries to get this one back on track. Unfortunately, Silly Billies' defense standing strong once again.
Yeah, now they have to find a way to push this one back onto offense, because they have done that so well. They have transitioned onto the blue half so well. This was lingering dangerously in the box. TKRL in the corner. What can he do? He pops it back out for who? Nobody. Scythe clears it away. Waves can't make a play on the ball, but at the very least, Bora has to handle this. Darklight takes it away from him, surprisingly enough. At the very least, Silly Billies
Great pass.
possession. It doesn't matter when you're getting shots ripped on your net like that.
Waves on backboard. That's a tough recovery. Does get back to it. Curry now under with boost as well. Looking out for Waves. Nice light touch on that first one. Does get it low, but they're going to lose possession.
Yeah, Scythe to recover that possession, though. Trying to get this one over to the side. What a pinch that is. That's going to spot the counter-attack for sure. Waves trying to figure out where this ball is going to end up. TKRL gets it around both of them and now sets up Darklight to move forwards back down the pitch. Gets the reset as well, going around the side, but Scythe will be able to send that one away. Bora trying to make a play here, but Curry is having absolutely none of it. But TKRL gets it past one. Scythe is the last man back. He's not defending the back wall, but will still be able to get that one away.
Yeah, good
He's
read.
done so well with that too. Again,
Waves.
it drops out for TKRL. Oh my goodness gracious. Like, they're getting bumped off of each other. They just can't get the plays to work. That's a good touch by Darklight. Bora can make something happen, but it's only him. But he still wins the challenge. Scythe can control it. This is not exactly the person that you want to do with the ball. People said he's not challenging, but he is.
No.
What a touch. Waves have to adjust. Corey next up. Corey shoots, but it's into Bora, and it remains 0-0.
Scythe is up. Can't quite reach TKRL there as Waves brings it back to the corner. Bit of a mistouch. Might not go well. Scythe with a miracle save.
What an outrageous save from No idea. I mean, clearly they've managed to get an idea about defending. This is absolutely ridiculous. Darklight off the ceiling. Saved away by Scythe. It will be Scythe to pick up the 100 now. Borrow into the middle, but Curry will clear that one away. Waves over to the sidewall. Doesn't have any boost, but now that 100 spawned right at the right time for him. Tikarel trying to find a teammate. It's going to be Curry now coming down the other end. This is a chance. Off the back wall. Double touches. Scythe can't read it, but Waves is coming in. No, he's been demoed. Open net. They must score. Tikarel with the redirect, and that will be your lot. Silly Billies get themselves on the board with 35 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, you can't make this up, but what a demo by Tikarel. Downfield to open up the third man position. He knew the bang was going to come out. What he did, he positioned himself downfield to get a demo, then make a play on the ball. Brilliance from him, but now no idea who he's Curry.
No.
Waves missed it on the sidewall, and Silly Billy's up by 2.
They've had so many opportunities to form attacks, and Silly Billies were only able until the last minute and a half of gameplay to get 2 shots on board. Suddenly, they've tripled that, and Silly Billies are now at 6 shots and 2 goals. And one of them's gone away for free here. This is game number 2. Absolutely given up here by No Idea, but that's the pressure that they're under right now. It's all or nothing, and particularly when you've got to score in the last 30 seconds. And it has been a dry game on that front.
Yeah, but something I will say is I don't really think this is going to dampen the spirits of No Idea. I don't think this is one of those games that you look at and you lose momentum from. Aside, does give No Idea a chance. That is a wonderful slot as Curry goes just below Tikarel, borrows the last man back and gets bumped away as well. Waves, what a play to atone for that mistake. And with 9 seconds on the clock, there's still a chance.
Well, at the very least, it's game on here in Forbidden Temple. He tried the kickoff strats. Bora plays it high. Scythe try to control. He's got Curry in the support underneath Darklight. Curry trying to get to the wall and miscontrols it, and this grand final is leveled here.
Had the chance there, thought he had the time. I gotta say, Curry has been a legendary support player here. He hasn't been necessarily the big shooter, but that bump was crucial for that last chance from No Idea. Unfortunately, they couldn't take it, but Silly Billies, they came through with realistically not something I think that they can rely on there. They got one for free, and that's how they won the game.
Yeah, they did, and I think that's why I mentioned that I just don't think it's a momentum builder necessarily for Silly Billies, because they were given that win, right? No Idea, know for a fact that if they play properly, you know, if they try and tighten up on some of those mistakes, they are going to be able to still give this Silly Billies a really good chance at, you know, give this No Idea team a really good chance at winning this grand final and going into it like they did in game 1 and winning out. So yeah, I look to see No Idea continue in the form that they have been in, and that sets up a really nice game 3.
Oh, yeah, that almost gets past Scythe. That was dangerous. That was very interesting. But now look at Scythe. He plays it down to Curry. I mean, for No Idea, who are heavy underdogs, I heard people say that they're about to get swept. So honestly, taking that first game is accomplishment.
What a pre-jump.
These guys, they want to take the entire series.
Crazy save there. Does give them the ability to do that here in game number 3 as well. Challenge from Waves. Does he get a second? Nobody will. Goomba. Bora keeps him on the ground. Chance for Scythe. Can't read the misses. Backboard. And Curry will have to try and come in the back end to recover the play.
Yeah, I don't think it was the hit that Tikarel wanted, but he's able to keep possession. That one's on target. Curry going to be able to push that one away. Waves picks up the 100, but is it going to be a detriment to his own goal? Oh, just about gets the flick and makes the save, and there's a 2v1 opportunity, but Curry cannot get around Tikarel. He has a man at the back post. It's Darklight waiting. Jumps highest, hits the crossbar. So close from Silly Billies, and this is a little bit reminiscent of that game 1 where they had so many opportunities, but the defense of No Idea was standing strong and their shooting wasn't quite 100%. So this is going to be only benefiting No Idea.
Yeah, but now the attack continues with Bora, who tries to get around one. Waves can't quite make contact. He's been a little bit nervy so far this series. A big demo around the corner gives Tikarel an opportunity to make the ball. Now it is Darklight to take the lead.
Really just amazing work on the boost starving here. Silly Billy's boost game has been epic and leaves nobody with a shred there. It only had to be a fake, bait them out, make the challenge, and get the goal for free.
Yeah, and that's what Silly Billies do so well, is they restrict you to playing in your own half and then strike when you are at your weakest. It's exactly what they've done there. They're 1-0 up, and it's now down to No Idea to try and come back as Scythe plays this one off the sidewall. It'll be Tikarel to come forwards, though. He's got 2 to beat. He gets past 1, but the weird kind of pinch will push it back up to halfway. Redirect is in, but it won't find its home. No Idea will try and recover once again.
Scythe.
Oh,
Great
that was
challenge
so good by Tikarel again, but look at Scythe. Control off the backboard to
Chance.
set it up
Hello.
for Waves. Oh, couldn't put it on target. He didn't exactly have an angle. He had no chance. That's it. So he needed support to help him out with the second round. Shot off the backboard, Darklight double, but it goes awry.
Scythe again there. The nice touch, but Bora reads it. They are just on everything. This is the challenge game I was talking about. There's been no possession given away. Curry is not exactly running the field with the ball, but a boom away will give them the chance to at least maintain their boost. They're not getting starved away like the first goal. Backboard, great setup, gotta be a goal. Curry will finish it off.
That's a fantastic team goal from No Idea. Waves finds Scythe on that right-hand side. Gets off the back wall. Bora's not able to defend it. He thinks about going on the back wall, but it's just coming far too quickly onto that backboard for him to get up and make a challenge. So he decides to go back into net instead, and Curry is there to convert. And that's just a really nice, aware team goal from No Idea, knowing where they're not just their own players are, but the enemy players as well. It's fantastic to see.
Yeah, and that's the classic No Idea goal right there. If somebody puts it off the backboard, somebody tries to get a shot on target or puts it off the backboard again, a back clear or another backboard setup for a teammate to finish it off. That's something that we've seen from them the entire split. That is a classic No Idea play right there. But then again, we have to see if Silly Billies can come back into the game. This one gets dropped down. Tikarel Scythe is going to have a little bit of time, but the bounce doesn't drop favorably for him. Curry, it's right on top of him, so he can't double jump to get it. Waves, an opportunity for a shot. That's not exactly what he was going for, so Tikarel can control it and get it out.
Back to that midfield with control on Scythe. What a pass to Wave. Bora pre-jumps the play. Tikarel looking for the bump. Curry's there. Well-read play and gets it for a second. He's going to be awarded the save and back downfield. It might just turn around the other way. Waves has no boost to get above the ball.
It was so unlucky. It just went into that bottom corner and bounced up a little bit. Waves wanted it to go flush against the back wall. It wasn't to be. That could have been the goal that would send them into the lead, but Waves now pushing this one across the field. Tikarel trying to get this one back towards the No Idea net, but it'll be Curry to take over. Darklight has a lot of boost to work with. Bora will take it off him. Curry challenging and Scythe making sure that ball doesn't cross halfway. Now going for the challenge again. Curry will rise, but can't get past Darklight. As Waves trying to take possession, and this ball is just sitting around that midfield. Neither team really able to get possession of it too much.
Tikarel taking another play here, by the way. Just wanted to mention that this is really crucial to be able to do that because the way these two teams are working is very, very functionally different. No Idea is very equal parts here, whereas Silly Billies, I've noticed, Darklight and Bora are waiting for cues from Tikarel, waiting for the setup, waiting for the play. Tikarel is facilitating just about everything right now, and if they can take Tikarel out of these plays, No Idea have a great chance.
Yeah, now overtime for what, the second time this series? Are we serious right now? This first 0-second goal to force overtime in game one, but here we go. It went in the favor of No Idea the first time. Silly Billies trying to take the lead in the series. I don't know if anyone mentioned that this is the number 1 seed versus the number 2 seed. People really consider Pirates and a Bot and Silly Billies the 1 and 2 seed or the favorites, but it didn't match up that way. No Idea trying to prove to be the contest and the competitors to Silly Billies, but you can't do much against that. The post gets hit. Darklight is next up to go, but it gets denied on the goal line.
Yeah, Curry going to try and clear this ball away. He does get past Bora, but he gets taken out for his trouble. But he comes back for a massive dunk onto Tikarel. Darklight try and keep this one moving forwards, but he won't find the 100 boost. Bora still has a lot to work with, but Scythe meets him on that sidewall. Now going to try and push it away, but Tikarel once again wins out. Curry, that one's onto the backboard, looking for that double touch. Doesn't have the boost, but Waves does. He goes for the shot. Bora's going to be there with the save, and OT continues.
Bora, just a bit of a miracle there for Silly Billies. T-Corral with no boost still getting involved here. Great touch from Curry.
what a touch.
Might just keep them in offense as well. Coming back from Darklight. Pinch downfield. Curry will be there in time.
Oh,
should be.
this is the big thing for No Idea, I feel like, is to not let Silly Billies get control of the first half of this overtime, or the only half of this overtime, I guess, because then they can get scored on. The counterattack forces Tinkeroll to pinch it with the backboard to the other side. All of a sudden, it's offense for Silly Billies. A double commit leaves it for Tinkeroll!
Oh man, that team bump is so rough in that top left corner. I mean, it's great shot positioning from T-Corral. You can't argue with that. He knows where the players are. He knows how to get past them. And he wins that game for Silly Billies. And we once again have to talk about the experience of No Idea, just not being able to see it across the line. Second in so many regionals. And it just seems like they don't have that ice in OT to see it over the line.
Rhino, you should be familiar with how they took that one as well. Huge EU clear at the end there to just get that all the way up the other ends. And that boomer really facilitated that goal nicely. Just put the pressure on immediately. No Idea were liking being comfortable in game one. They haven't been given the time or space to be comfortable at any moment since.
Yeah, and a great job as well by the side of Silly Billies for being able to facilitate the gameplay itself and to strike when they have opportunities in their favor, being clinical enough to close out opportunities, unlike game one, where in overtime they had so many opportunities to take the game, but they weren't able to close them out.
What I'm enjoying seeing here, actually, and this might be a little counterintuitive, but I'm actually enjoying seeing the low-scoring games because we get to see a lot of build-up play. We get to see a lot of players trying to find those passes, trying to find a way to break down the defense. And it's really, really interesting from like a purist standpoint to be able to watch this game and kind of figure out where the tactics are, who's playing what and where and why. And it makes for fascinating viewing, and I'm very much looking forward to the remaining games here because it may be more as Curry is going to get a goal on the board for No Idea here in game 4.
Starting off right, I gotta say, I think the best signs for Silly Billies is just that they're not relying on T-Corral as much, but they might have needed to on kickoff. They're No Idea just starting off right. This might be crucial on just momentum. Definitely earlier on we saw a game go away that wasn't going to really affect the momentum too badly. Some kickoff goals, stuff like that, just getting away from them. But that last one, I think, had the chance to really affect mental in this series, and now they can maybe get back on top of that.
Yeah, and you said earlier, Gex, that the other two have been really taking cues from T-Corral, Bor, and Darklight, and it's been facilitating the pace of play. But on this side, for No Idea, I want to see who's going to be the leader, the person to play off the ball, who can take a role to step up. Scythe off the backboard, double up opportunity for him. He can't get it. It's an opportunity for a counterattack as Curry crept too far up. He's getting bumped on the back line. T-Corral pre-jumps it, but it's a shot didn't quite fall in his favor.
Yeah, that is so ridiculous with that pre-jump is absolutely nuts. But Silly Billies, you know, they're just going to keep coming. They keep putting shots on net. They keep testing your defense, and they will continue to do that here against No Idea. Scythe being around one, but Bora's waiting in the wings, and now it's going to be Waves to push it down the sidewall. Scythe doesn't have any boost to speak of. T-Corral sends that one over the top of him, and it's very 50 heavy. Both teams trying to get possession of the ball and get around the defense of the other team. Bora comes in, gets a second touch as well. Waves clears it only as far as Darklight, tries to cut the ball across to the right-hand side of the goal, but unfortunately it's not on target.
Now, you mentioned the pace of play here, and it has absolutely gone through the roof since game number one. Very slow, methodical, controlled game in number one. And suddenly they had to pre-jump everything. Just about needed one on that as well, but they get away with it. The save comes out. Waves, in behind, and T-Corral will lead it out from his own half.
Yeah, and one thing to add on to that is the way the pace of play has gone. At times, it's slow, it's controlled, but the way that each team can find a breakthrough to just up the pace of play if they find an opportunity. So fast, go fast, retreat, go up for it, whatever. It doesn't even matter in what fashion they do it. It just goes from slow to fast. Bang! Bottom left corner, the pass was immaculate.
That is a wonderful slot, but you've got to talk about the pass. You're right. Darklight knows where to put that ball. Waves is just a little bit too far back, and Tikarel gets there first and slots it past him. Wonderful work from him. 3 shots already in this game. It's not quite the 8 that we saw in a previous one, but he is well on his way to getting even more shots. And actually, Bora's going to get the second one. A kickoff goal for the side of Silly Billies as Tikarel turns goal scorer into goal assister.
Yeah, there was a 83 mile per hour goal on that last one, 134 for you guys on metric, but that one a little slower will be no less effective. Just hammered home on that goal line. The passing from Silly Billies is really threatening. Great play there. Curry finishes it off. We're back in it again, neck and neck. No idea keeping up now. Waves has yet to get super involved in this game yet, but it does not matter as long as Scythe and Curry are meeting up like they are currently.
Oh, Scythe has improved the way that he plays the game. He went from an off-ball player to all the time on the ball and the person making the plays. An air dribble flip reset to force 3 players on the goal line to commit. Boar tried to get the save as well from the follow-up by Curry, but it didn't matter because it was just too fast, too clinical. Waves pre-jumped this, interestingly enough. Darklight trying to get this one downfield, no idea. They are struggling to, at times, keep up with the sudden change of pace of play that is coming out of Silly Billies. They go slow to fast to slow to fast. And at times, it does hurt Silly Billies, but no idea. It confuses the world out of them. But the very back and forth play style that Silly Billies has been working for them against a team like No Idea.
Yeah, but it's also been incredibly, incredibly tight between these two sides. The series and the game is very, very close. I mean, you can see it in the scoreboard already. 2-2. I believe Silly Billies are 2-1 up in the series currently. However, No Idea, you wouldn't put it past them to get a game back here and turn this into a best of 3. Waterfall gonna be there, but will be pushed away by Silly Billies.
Number of poor plays from Silly Billies there did allow No Idea into their half, and they are staying there. Curry gets bumped into the ball, absolutely sent like a rocket. Now, another challenge from Scythe in the midfield as well. Can bring it back to that half. They're just not getting in front of net, though.
Yeah, and that's the problem. They have to generate opportunities. Oh, Waves almost got beat. Bora has an opportunity to control it. Waves has to insta-challenge with no boost. Scythe has a lot of boost in the tank. All the players on No Idea, they've got a reasonable amount of boost to work with, so they can transition into the orange half. Curry trying to get him hard on target. That was such a good opportunity, but the demo came out. Look at the control by Waves. He has Scythe. He knows that he's going to target Scythe, but he has to improvise there. He does that, but not too well. Bora plays it off the backboard. Scythe downfield, not the touch he wanted, so now they have to retreat again onto the backboard.
Yeah, but Scythe is able to get that clearance away. Darklight going to try and keep possession, but he's not able to do so. Curry chasing him all the way. Bora actually breaks through. Now breaking the lines, try and get into the middle, but Curry will be there with the save. Bora once again getting a good 50, but Waves will be there with the clearance. It is currently 1-1 in overtimes. No Idea of 1-1. Silly Billies of 1-1. It looks like we're going to a third tiebreaker overtime if Darklight doesn't have anything to say about it. Hang on a moment. Ooh, good save.
It just goes to show how close these two teams really are, though, that we are going to see yet another overtime. This has been unbelievably tied up between them per game, and yet it keeps being Silly Billies coming out on top in these game scores. 2 back-to-back now. Can it be evened up? No Idea. Have to get this back in their favor if they want to win the series, I think. It's too close to let this drop another game.
I was going to talk about if Silly Billies can be clinical enough to end the game. Well, look at the Regional 2 MVP. Reset under 1. Flip past 2. I'm not so sure you're going to be able to stop it. Silly Billies have advanced themselves onto 2 major points with an opportunity to end it multiple times in a row.
Oh, it's 3. It's 3. They've got 3 chances. You're good. You got it. Math is hard, man. Math is hard. It's fine.
It is hard.
It's all good. But yeah, Silly Billies find themselves 3-1 up, but it has not been smooth sailing by any means. But this is the kind of thing that I was talking about. Every single time that score is close, every single time that it feels like the game is slipping from their grasp, they just find that moment of magic, turn it around, and they bring it back in their favor. And Gex, it's so difficult to deal with for No Idea right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're the ones really struggling with the maths here. They keep just missing the mark by one goal. I think they're missing that one digit in there, really. It's been a matter of just one goal over and over and over again, though, and No Idea have been able to prove they have the ability to get that goal. It's just not at the crucial moments. It keeps coming to these overtimes, and Silly Billies, they've got the experience, like we were talking about over and over again, that they're just taking on the pressure. They are functioning at the absolute most breaking moments that will take a player down. They're just still thriving.
I wonder if we're going to see a timeout come out here. No, we're going to go straight to the game. So any team Scythe is done is notorious for not taking timeouts. It's like the general NRG of ROCSX in 21-22. You want to go straight back into it? Well, let's see how you respond.
Yeah, I think it's... I always tell teams, certainly in these kind of casts, that, hey, by the way, there's a, there's a timeout available. You should maybe be taking that right now. But if No Idea feel like they don't need it, they feel like they don't need it. I'm not going to be here to tell them what they should or shouldn't do. It just feels like, from a spectator's point of view, they could do with that 60 seconds to talk things through and kind of reset that mental.
Oh my goodness! Narrow angle. Tikarel hammers it off the crossbar. He says, you give us the time, we will use it. Tikarel straight into the next game with a goal. 35 seconds down, and they are up by 1.
This guy is feeding families out here. It doesn't matter what year it is. If it's 4 years too late, it doesn't matter because he's doing it in the right spot. What a play for Tikarel. Silly Billies. Tikarel pre-jumped and he's still going for the ball. Scythe has to handle this well. No Idea. They're starting to panic because now Silly Billies are seeing the finish line.
Yeah, they want this grand final done right now. They don't care about content. They don't care about the viewers. All they care about is winning 300 smackaroonies, and that's exactly what they're going to try and do here. As they start to move forwards. They are 1-0 up, but hang on a moment. There is a counter-attack. Curry flies through the air. It will be pushed away by Bora.
Tikarel now in behind. Oh, a bit of a whiff. Will hold the challenge back, you would think, but suddenly just chaos ensues. One miss just invites more. Has No Idea struggle on their back line to get any control over this ball. Waves, the last one on the line, and he's got no boost. No chance on a save. Bora will hammer home the second.
Yeah, and now Silly Billies are starting to see the finish line. They're starting to see the... I don't even know what it is. It's white and black checkered flags on the race car circuit. Finally trying to find a way through. It's been a long season. It's been a long split. But finally for them, can they prevail? Waves the reset to Scythe, trying to stop it from happening. Scythe puts it back to Curry. Darklight pre-jumps it. Now Tikarel is going to try to pre-jump it. No, he's going to rethink his option. He goes low, but now it's over the top of Bora. Tikarel has to find something here. Can somebody challenge? Can somebody go for the ball? Scythe will. He has Curry. He gets beat. Scythe next up has Waves, who gets beat by Tikarel, who tries to go straight for goal.
And you talked about that checkered flag, Mel. I mean, it's fair to say that Silly Billies do reckon that they are the Max Verstappen of the SCS without a question. They don't care how they get these victories. As long as they get it over the line, it is open, but no shot to be found. Scythe, second chance off the back wall, won't find its way to Curry. Waves should get back in time for that one. Indeed, he will. And Scythe will pick up the 100 as well. But, yeah, I mean, they just keep winning and winning and winning. And as I say, they don't care how they do it. They don't care in how many they do it in. You just want to keep winning and get that. What a shot! What a save! Oh, Bora has been denied of an absolute worldie.
Tikarel. I don't know how to do that with the Max Verstappen song, but it's just about there, though. He has come up as a legend in the Spate Championship Series, and You might just be there right now. We were talking about the importance of taking that time out, and sometimes I would agree in not taking it. If it comes down to the fact that you are hitting these overtimes time and time again, you're actually not needing the pace up, but sometimes it does come down to needing to take the pace out of your opponents, get the warmth out of their tires, and that certainly would have been useful here. Silly Billies came in absolutely roaring. They are raring to go here, and they have just taken two for nothing here, and they're looking for more.
Yeah, now Scythe, he's got Curry downfield, but Darklight has done so well with that. But actually, no, the touch. Tikaro spills it on the goal line, but he recovers for it well. No boost for Scythe, so he can't enter the play. A big miss. This should be handled by Scythe. He does. Plays it down to Curry, but 3 players for No Idea all in the corner. It is do or die now for No Idea.
And the series does not feel like it should only have gone 5, but that looks like where we are heading, as 1 minute is remaining on the clock for No Idea to save these grand final hopes in this major, or they will get another silver medal. They've got 2 already this season. This will be a 3rd to add to their collection if they can't find an answer. It's a good save by Darklight. Curry trying to get this one back into the middle. Tikarel there with a save. Boris AFKing on the boost pad. All right, buddy, you do you. As it's going to be Tikarel on this far side to keep the ball away from the No Idea side.
Double commit there as well. There's no confidence here on No Idea, and with less than 30 seconds left on the board, that is a nail in the coffin for them. They have to get onto this right now. Their last chance, realistically, to even have the chance on a kickoff goal, and they need to get possession. Here it comes. One more attempt. Curry off the ground. He misses it. Darklight and Bora combine to get it upfield. They have cut down the time. There is no chance for 2 goals here. They've done it. Bora just holding it high. It's going to go down. Tikarel in the only game, it feels like, this series that didn't go to overtime. Silly Billies finished the series off in style. They have confidence and they have the lead. They are taking home the $300.
And not just that, but we've just been informed that also with that victory, Silly Billies have officially qualified for our SCS Championship in August. They can take off the entirety of split number 2 if they so decide, and we will still see them in August. What an amazing accomplishment. Congratulations to them. No Idea pushed them to the limit. They pushed them very, very close, but Mel, it just wasn't enough in the end.
It doesn't matter because I want to tell you something. Hashtag Mel never wrong. Still not a prediction loss and no love loss. I really hate that the Scythe and Waves and Curry had to lose that final in such fashion because it was really close. I mean, Beaver's been rallying for them the whole split. I'm just trying to get my correct predictions. I'm not doing the T-based thing. I'm just doing my thing, and that's common sense. And Silly Billies are by far the best team in the entire league, and they have proved that this weekend.
By far is a strong statement, I would suggest, because No Idea pushed them very, very close in each of those games, and it was just that one goal, that one moment that just weren't able to get at the very end. But yes, Silly Billies on 60 SCS points will see them through into that
Mel just knows the
championship.
script.
We are joined.
That's all it is.
There you go.
Mel just knows the script. That's all.
That's true.
He created it. He wrote it. I mean, if you write it, you're going to...
You can see, by the way, we are joined by our desk, of course, the 2 casters that brought you that final game, and Beaver has joined us as well. Beaver, from the sidelines, tell us what you thought about that grand final matchup.
It was just what we thought, you know. It was the dominance. I mean, it was, again, close series is right. I mean, you had the overtimes, of course, and you think, maybe is this the time that they're going to break through? Can No Idea come through with the clutch goal when they need it and perhaps try to swing in the other direction? And every time, I mean, again, it was an all-around team effort, but it just seems like Tikarel is like, nah, man, overtime winner. Okay, you didn't have enough? How about another one? Let me go and get another overtime dub for you as well. So, I mean, they just got the ice. You can't, sometimes you just can't beat experience. And I think it's most.
Absolutely, that 100% happens. Now, we do have a job as we are going to start closing down our first major and our first SCS split, because we have to determine, folks, who our MVP is of the major. It's a big decision. It's something that we have to take into a lot of consideration. And here we go. Okay, so Mel, we're going to start with you. Give us a nomination. We're going to start with nominations, then we can all vote together, all right? So each one of us on the desk are going to present one nominee, and then we'll all vote which of those nominees we think is going to be our MVP. That one single nominee.
Then we're voting. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So each of us is going to present a nominee, and then out of those 4, we will all then vote on who we think should take home the MVP. That sounds sensible, right?
All right. Yeah. Since the other two are so creative with their picks, I'm just gonna get the blind pick, and I'm gonna go T-Corral here.
Okay, fine. Eva, talk to me to give me a different name that's not T. Corral, MVP of the major.
Well, you know, I have to go not T. Corral for the specific fact, you know, if you're looking across all of the major, right, he got subbed in a bunch too. Don't get me wrong, he was obviously a playmaker when he was on the pitch, but you got to go with the player who was there coast to coast, and that player was Darklight. He was able to be the rock for that Silly Billy squad, regardless of who he got thrown in there with, regardless of who his second or his third was, and was making some absolute hero saves yesterday. Wasn't really challenged as much as he needed to today, but was making some absolute hero saves yesterday. Balls that were 50% of the way in, 60% of the way in. If he doesn't make those saves, could be a different match as well. So I gotta go Darklight.
Okay, awesome. So we've got 2 Silly Bees players, of course, the winners of our major, Darklight and T. Corral. Gex, that makes your job a little trickier. Are you going to make it the hat trick, or what's the situation here?
I mean, they have earned the hat trick, I feel like, and particularly Bora, who actually I would have put up there over Darklight just based on his performance at the end of in this grand final series. As we were talking about, TKRL was kind of facilitating all of the plays and everybody else was looking for cues, but they were barely winning their games while that was happening. Bora was the change in that. Bora was the step up that even brought Darklight up to that point as well. And then they started playing off each other and the full team activated. However, that's not going to be my pick. I've got to go somewhere else because Silly Billies didn't actually play one of the regionals. I want to give it to another team here. I'm going to go with No Idea. And based on control, pure control, great defense, and just ability to be present on the field, I'm putting up Curry.
Curry is a great shout, of course, a finalist, but couldn't get it over the line, but has been very consistent over this entire split. A great pick from Gex, and I am going to have to put up someone, and I will be honest.
Please.
I'm not going to put up Bora either, and that may be, you know, a problem for the desk, but I'm not actually going to do it. I'm going to pick someone from a team that I think have been able to overperform here at the major. They've been with us for the entire split as well. And the team that I think overperformed here at the major was Last Minute. You know, no one gave them a chance against Pause Up, and they won that game 4-1. Yes, they got swept against No Idea, but that was 1-goal games for the majority of them. They played incredibly well. And I want to shine a spotlight on them specifically. I think Exiled has had a fantastic major. He played so well across all the games that we've seen from Last Minute. And I genuinely believe that he gets a massive shout out. So Exiled is my nominee for MVP of the major. Not from a grand final team, but just from a team that I feel went past their station, served them more upsets, and served the better Rocket League from maybe what we had seen in those regionals. So that's my pick. Now, I'm going to ask each of the casters to give me their votes. Now, it will be in the in a chat, so there's not going to be any like outing of any of these votes or anything. I will tell you exactly what the result is, and the result is all but unanimous. I can tell you that for a fact, because I am also going for this player, and the winner of the MVP for the first major here of the first split of SCS is Darklight. Congratulations to Silly Billy's Darklight. He definitely earned it. a fantastic player in his own right. And let's get Beaver, as it was his nominee, to talk about Darklight just a little bit more and shine that light.
Yeah, I mean, again, he was just the solid player for that squad, and that was kind of a revolving door again of teammates when he had all those subs. He was the one who was consistent to be able to stay there. He really showed me something on the defensive half as well. Players like Darklight, if you've been around the scene for a while, you know he started out as just being a ones merchant, was able to come through and kind of beat you with those solo plays, but he really showed a defensive presence to me this split. It was really like, hey, like this dude's next up. I wouldn't be surprised to see him, cracking some RLCSs into that top 16 realm as well with those skills. Players like that, even in tournaments like this, are able to raise an eyebrow of some people and some players who are maybe LF3 or something of that nature, or he may stick with the squad he already has. But he showed me he is not just a ones guy. He is a team player. He can pass, he can shoot, and he can definitely save the ball as well. And I think that's why I had to give him the nod.
Absolutely. I mean, incredible player. Congratulations, Darklight. You are, of course, the SES Major 1 MVP. And congratulations, Silly Billies, as well, for your victory. So, this is going to bring an end, basically, to the first split. I'm going to go down the line here, and I want each of my panelists to give me one moment from the split. It can be any of the regionals, it can be the major, just a moment that kind of sticks in your head as one that you're going to take with you, and you are like, yeah, that was really sick that we got to watch that and be able to understand exactly what happened in that moment. And I am going to start with Mel, I think. So Mel, just one moment that you think you are going to remember forever about this particular split here at SES.
One moment, I can't go a moment. I'm just gonna go an era. This was a great era. The era of Rhino Boy hosting and then casting the I had to get this guy casting, because I had this guy hosting. He called me up one day. He said, "Oh, I can be the host." I look at this guy's casting. I'm like, why can't I put this guy in the casting this? I finally did it before the split was over, and I'm actually really happy that I did it. So that is not my moment, but that is why I'm happy about the split one.
I guess I kind of have to count it. Kind of, sure. I mean, I appreciate the kind words. Thank you very much, Mel. It's greatly appreciated. Eva, are you also going to give me a non-answer, or are you going to actually tell me a moment?
No, I'm not about all this waffling. I'm not about missing out. And we had Somber, day one was like, who are you gonna pick? And was like, yeah, I'm gonna pick this team, but this team could also. No. We're direct here. So speaking about players making their mark, I did just talk about Darklight and potentially being, one of those next up players. I'll be honest, a lot of these players I didn't know a ton about. Being on the RLCS scene, I don't get a lot of time to look at these, other tournaments. But now that's the off season, I got plenty of time. I didn't know about Spate. I'd never seen the name. I had never gone anything like that. But, to have the performance that Spate did during this whole split with even a different team, but particularly if you want to cycle back into the third game of the semifinals here against Last Minute, it was a 6.5 minute overtime. Guy drops 1,200 points. Like that ain't nothing to slouch about for sure. You get 600-700 points. You're like, man, I had a really, really good game. Homie went out and doubled it. And then was able to get the game-winning goal for his team in a 3-2, had the hat trick, and had 7 saves on top of it. That was, at least in my opinion, and again, maybe I'm a little, an uncultured swine in terms of the rest of the league here, but for me, it was a coming out party for Scythe, and I think plays like that, if he could continue that performance, especially being so young. I mean, we've seen players, obviously, of the likes of Scribbles, who are able to get the opportunities now in RLCS with the limit being 13. If you're that good, that young, you got nowhere to go but up.
Absolutely. I mean, Scythe has been standout. There's no doubt about it. Gex, then let's talk. What's a moment that sticks out in your mind from this first split?
Oh, tougher pick for me. I only really came into the back end of this thing, so a big shout out to everybody involved in having me here, particularly Mel for really casting with me across the length of the Rocket League season this time around as well. So I definitely had a few moments of my own picking on Fresh, so a shout out to Fresh. It's all in good heart, I promise. We're friends in the background, I promise. But honestly, the desk has been absolutely awesome. It's been great to banter with you guys. I love seeing such close gameplay, but being able to talk through it and really give our opinions and express ourselves and have some fun together as a group on the desk, it brings us closer together as a community, and it's been an awesome privilege to work with all of you.
Well, that's very wholesome. Appreciate that from everyone on the desk. It's been great to work with everyone across the entire split, of course, as well. I'm going to get my own pick, by the way,
And
for a moment that I remember. Oh, sorry, Gex, you want something else?
Oh, I just shout out to the producer as well. Range Rook has been so solid. So solid.
Absolutely. Across the entirety of the split, just consistently here and doing odds work. So we appreciate Range Rook for sure. But yeah, I have to say, I'm going to pick a very, very specific game, which I think set the stage for the entire split. I'm going all the way back to Regional 1, and I'm talking about a semi-final that took place between Silly Billies and Fearly This game had everything. 3 OTs, a 7-game series. It had absolutely everything. Silly Billies came through it in 4-3. Of course, they went on to win that first regional and the second one as well. But that game specifically stands out in my mind as an absolute banger that just let us know that we were in for some serious content across the entirety of this first split. And it was not wrong. That is absolutely what we got. So I'm going to invite each of my panelists here to just give a closing thought if they have anything. Before I will then shut down the stream good and proper. So Mel, anything you want to say about the split, the major, anything, you have an open forum. Not fully open,
this
within reason.
Yeah. I mean, I came into this when God offered me the job. He said, okay, go ahead and put together a production team, go put together a producer. And I feel like I can pride myself on putting together probably the best talent that North America can offer this offseason. This talent this season, this first split has been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for working with us. I can go down the line. We don't have that time. But all the people that have come in and casted, all the people that have and come in and helped the production, the graphics, our statistician Jake behind the scenes, JJ who's been all over the place, Spacebar and Gad working the sheets, and Gad and Akuma for making this all possible for this tournament to be ran. So thank you for all of you and all the players for watching and the viewers for coming in and appreciating the show, because we have put so much work into this and we're like absolutely excited that it is coming out to be what it is thus far.
That was Gad, by the way, not God. I don't think Melican's contacts go quite that high. Yeah.
God has also made this possible, if we're being honest. Like, you know,
he has put Melicum in this position.
Yeah, absolutely. Through a series of chain events, right? Yeah, absolutely.
Is that an insult? Wait a second.
No.
Okay. Because I only
Certainly
heard the
wasn't intended as
I'm so confused.
No, you're all good. Eva, over to you. Closing thoughts on the split.
It ain't over. I mean, we had an amazing split. Number one, of course, couldn't have asked for anything more. Teams that were super, super well worthy of holding the title and worthy of the grand finals and worthy of the top 8. We ain't done with this thing yet. We have another entire split, and then we have the championship series after that. And there's still time. If you have been watching the chat, said, hey, I got a good 3 people that we can go and make a run in this thing. We can make a couple bucks on top of it, but get showcased in an event like this, with production like this, with talent like this. There's still time. Get them little cheeks over there and get signed up for this match, because we're coming hard for Series 2.
can always bank on Beaver to shill. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you very much, friend. But no, he's right. We have another split to come. So if you feel like you could give Silly Billies a run for their money, absolutely come through, get yourself signed up, and we look forward to seeing you in that second split of the SCS. And last but not least, on the end, Gex, closing thoughts from you, my friend.
I mean, it's been awesome to see such a well set up event. Really, to get a full desk like this, the production quality has been sent through the roof on a what generally speaking would normally have been a relatively small sort of setup here. Spate has really come through. Spate Esports has stepped up and come in with some massive quality. So I thoroughly agree there with Beaver. I think you've got to step up if you haven't come in and given your shot at this yet. Come in and give it a crack in the next couple of regionals and showcase your stuff.
Well, curtain falls on split number 1 here at the Spate Championship Series, and Silly Billy have taken their encore, gone on to sing multiple further songs, and they will continue their run in the Spate Championship Series. We will at least see them in that championship at the end of August, guaranteed. But the other spots, they're still up for grabs, and that's because we have a whole nother split starting very soon. You will not want to miss it. Please make sure that you are following Spate Esports on Twitch so that you do not miss a single stream, because there is so much to fight for. There are so many teams who want that spot. They're going to have to fight for it. We will see that fight very soon. Thank you so much for watching across this entire split. It's been a pleasure to be your host across most of it. Thank you, Somber, for filling in at points. But yeah, we will see you very soon right back here on the Spate Esports Twitch. Take care. We'll see you for split 2.